Hello, folks. Welcome back. It's the second last day of CD 2025. Kind of. Well, it is the second last day, and then after this, we've only just got Friday left, which will be the grand finals between the winner of today and VKS Academy, who's sitting pretty right now at the grand finals, just watching everybody duke it out down below. It is a very tight schedule. The grand finals will be this week on Friday. So, between then and now, 1 day break for these two teams. These two are, however, our second and third best team here in CD. They have also already qualified at this point. So, yeah, the way the promo tournament works, top two teams enter promo tournament. But because Cade is an academy team, which has an affiliated tier 1 team right now, they cannot promote. You cannot have one org having multiple teams in the LTA. So because of that, unfortunately for them, they cannot promote. But they can still be the final boss. So these two teams today, they're kind of just playing for pride. And I'm going to be honest, seeding doesn't matter in the promo tournament either, because only one team promotes and only one team relegates, which means you have to beat them all anyways. So seeding is rather irrelevant. This is literally just for pride here. Hello, Ray. Welcome. Yeah, Flamengo, we saw them yesterday, and they look better than Kaboom, for sure. Like, I actually kind of expected them to 3-0 after watching the first two games. I think they dicked around a little bit in game 3 with their draft, but they still won. Expected. And more impressive to me was that Flamengo looked like they were getting better as the series kind of went on. Like, game 1 looked a little bit like, okay, we just win the hand check. And then game 2 looked a little bit like, okay, we just wait for Kaboom to screw up. But by the time game 3, game 4 rolled around, it looked like they were getting a better idea. Problem is, A7 looked even better. We saw A7 2 days on Monday. And the upper bracket against Cade Academy. And they took Cade Academy to full 5 games. Like, A7's got some hands, and I think their macro is cleaner. So, today's match, I'm going to be honest, I heavily favor A7. Having watched these teams play on Monday and Tuesday, the last 2 days. We'll see whether or not my prediction is right. Because, yeah, there's always space for surprises. But I think Flamengo would have to whip some crazy stuff out. Also, drafting wise, I think A7 has shown a lot more flexibility. A7 did have that one random throw game, it felt like, in game 4 on Monday, where they had a really weird draft. I don't know if that will come back and bite them, but Flamengo has looked generally just pretty good when they've got a straightforward team fighting composition with scaling insurance. Ideally, give makes counterpick. Against A7 though, Chiari has phased makes in tier 1 and was not found lacking. So I don't know if you can just counterpick Chiari like that. And also there's the risk that Chiari just counterpicks you. Chiari was makes before makes was makes. So that should be, yeah, that could be a bit dicey. Bot lane's the other interesting one, because, I mean, Trigo damage, they definitely have more experience in history in tier 1, but I don't know. Skuro looks better in lane. But Skuro does not look like the late game insurance, generally speaking, for A7. Yeah, just looking at the rosters, it still feels like Flamengo's got bigger names in their roster, not gonna lie. Don't get me wrong, though. I'm favoring A7. Yeah, just looking at name value, though. And that's what I appreciate about A7, is they have this, more than the sum of their parts. Yesterday, they did not show us a draft at all. They just kind of dropped us into the game. I'm hoping that today we actually get to see the draft. Like, very much, please. I hate it when we don't get to see the bans.
Assim, né, primeira coisa, já estão classificados para o nosso promo relegation, mas acho que ainda vale muito esse título do circuitão, ainda querem voltar para a chave superior, né, depois de toda essa caminhada para tentar essa final.
Com certeza, já esteve aí agora, um momento que você estava aguardando muito.
Eu tô ansioso.
Você tá ansioso?
Chama.
Vem pros Pix e Bans.
Okay, we do get to see the draft. Let's go. They're even mid draft still. So not only do we get to see the bans, we get to see pick order. Oh yeah, we winning right now. If Flamengo again with the I am actually very concerned that Flamengo basically lose a ban because they cannot play Yunara, because they just permaban Yunara always. Yunara, Rumble, Annie. Okay, they paid their taxes. Nocturne, Trundle, Oriana. This is interesting. They're really focusing on Dizen here. They give Aurora over to Envy, which is a little bit scary, but I like that they take away the Pantheon away from Dizen. So I'm okay with this. and then they're just leaving bot lanes for later. They're also taking Cassante away from Makes. Well, I say take, yeah. Because they picked the Renekton side of it, so. Orianna bans? Yeah, I think the Orianna ban is a tax you need to pay against Envy. RD Gap's Orianna did not particularly stand out to me either. Like, there are some players, a lot of the older players actually feel like they've got Orianna in their back pocket. RD Gap does not feel like he's one of them. Like, he can play it fine, I'm sure, just... You don't want to give it over to Envy. Senna and Kai'Sa bans. Interesting. I actually don't really like the Kai'Sa ban unless we're going something like Ezreal here. Okay, well. I guess that was the game. I was going to say, yeah, Trigo's Kai'Sa is not bad. Kai'Sa is good. But this comp, I actually feel like is really good at shutting down a Kai'Sa. Wait, if we're going Corki, they should just left Kai'Sa open. Okay. They banned and picked comfort from Flamengo. Yeah. The Poppy ban makes sense though. I like the Poppy ban. I think Poppy's really strong. General. Just kind of removing her is a good call, good shout. Yeah. They went with Sivir instead for scaling for Skuro. That's fine. That's okay. With this comp, yeah, I don't think they need any more engage. They can just go counter engage or range. Learn Ranger version. Bruh, stop, he's already dead. Or Ranger. Okay. Okay, I'm pretty okay with both these drafts for the most part. I do think a lot of meta was taken away in the bans, so yeah. No, yeah, I'm pretty happy with these drafts in general. Flamengo, pretty standard draft, again, very, very meta. The only thing I kind of don't like is the Xayah pick here. I don't feel like she's strongest, but then when there's that much dive, I kind of get it, which is why like, I'm okay with it. I'm not upset. I think this super standard, generally strong draft. Not a ton of innate synergy though, so I'll just give it a 3. Yeah. Because they ban Annie, they don't get the Annie Wukong combo. Actually, I'll give it 3.5. It's solid. It's solid. And they did drop it seeing what's on the other side, so that's fine. I think A7 reacted well as well. They've got a nice tanky-ish front line with still dive threat and damage. You've got the Sivir. The only issue I kind of have is potentially scaling, but I think they'll be okay. Xayah can't pressure that hard early game. Renekton Cassante should be pretty handshaky. The only concern is Aurora into Ryze, but later on Ryze wins that out. So, yeah. Yeah, I'll give it 3.5 as well. Pretty solid draft. Good way to start the game. I like these sort of drafts when you start the game. Like, overloading OPs, of course, is always, you know, a fair thing to do. Especially in game 1. But, like, as a viewer, not as a coach. As a coach, always overload the OPs, right? Because you want to grab as many of them as you can, whenever you can. But I think as a viewer, I personally appreciate, like, not all the OPs being used in game 1, so we see a trickle of OPs throughout the series. But I also like seeing very even matchups in game 1, where teams are willing to kind of say, yeah, we just try and match and see. Because whoever wins game 1 will have a pretty big edge, I think. If things are even, so. Yeah. Scaling does favor A7, I think, slightly this game. Just because Sivir will massively outscale in terms of teamfight damage. But it's not unplayable. Xayah scales really well too. And it kind of depends on how this team plays. Like, A7 wants to play forward. Flamengo want to play backwards. So, yeah. That's why I mean, like, it's very, very even in a way. Both teams are pretty happy with what they want to do. I think execution-wise, we've seen A7 play cleaner games. Flamengo's early game, like their laning was really strong yesterday, but their early map play was a little bit weak. There is a world in which Drake Hero just takes over this game from the get-go, while Dizen is still trying to scale to level 6. I don't think that'll happen, given what we've seen from Dizen this split. He's improved a lot this split, and I think he's gotten a lot better at handling the early game, so... I'm not expecting to see Flamengo just get run over. But I just want to put it out there that is a potential, you know, way that A7 could win this game. It's just off the Pantheon early.
Talvez o máximo, mais
In fact, heck, we saw
impressão
Flamengo doing it yesterday. Dizen was it game 4?
né?
It's
VKS
really,
tá
really nice.
esperando. E assim, tem que passar esse jogo aqui pra tentar ainda mais uma série na sexta, pra mostrar o nível de jogo. E acho que vale muito pela moral também, né? Chegar como
Sit my mic.
campeão e tudo
Bad.
mais, né? Ser o melhor time aqui
If
do
that
nosso
came through.
T2.
Até mesmo pensando já na próxima fase, né, GSTV? Mas eu quero saber de vocês aí que estão acompanhando a transmissão com a gente. Quem é que será que leva essa série de hoje? Quem classifica para a grande final para jogar aqui na sexta-feira contra a VKS? É Fla? É Alpha 7? Participa com a gente através da hashtag Circuitão. E quero ver vocês aqui dizendo o que pode acontecer. Será que vai ser mais uma série de 5 jogos? Vocês acham que teremos 5 jogos hoje? Pra mim tá com carinha de 5 jogos, porque eu acho que são 2 times que estão vindo bem fortes.
Yeah, I'm just reading what they're saying and I'm trying to see like
Pra mim é difícil chegar com 5 jogos, sabe? Eu tô achando
what they're saying. Because to be honest, I think today's
como é
games
que a série vai desenvolvendo, né? Principalmente isso.
the stakes are kind of low because they're both already locked for promo and because I don't think seeding matters. So
Que é uma escolha já natural
Yeah.
que a gente tá vendo os times fazerem. Então, é ver, né,
I wonder if today's match will just be kind of like really high level scrims, basically.
mais ameaçado assim pelo
Like just to kind of see, hey, you know, or take advantage of the stage, you know, and the best of 5 to try and play out the best they can. They're stalling. Yeah, a little bit. I mean, again, like, there's not a lot of stakes to talk about. The drops are pretty straightforward, pretty evenly matched for the most part. There's nothing too crazy. It's game 1, so all these champions are very commonly seen champions. We've seen the matchups all the time. And I don't think that we're seeing any lane kind of just get a huge advantage smash style, at least in the laning phase. Late game, I think there will be some mismatches, but mostly favoring the side of A7. But in teamfights, it's pretty even, and late game is more about teamfights anyways. So I don't think we're seeing that much split push with Cassante or Renekton, unfortunately. Or fortunately, I'm not a huge fan of split pushing personally, but...
Quem será que vai dar esse primeiro passo? Quem será que vai começar dominante no Rift? Vem com a gente que a gente vai descobrir.
Vamos junto, Ania, pra essa série aqui, né? Flamengo Red Dragon.
This does unfortunately mean that there's a very real chance we're not going to see any early game action, aside from Drake Hero.
VKS na sexta-feira, Alpha 7 acabou de encarar essa
In other words, Drake Hero, our hopes are relying on you, buddy. Show us an early game, please.
Abriram a série, abriram 2-1 e não conseguiram emplacar, não conseguiram fechar o jogo. Devem estar indo um pouquinho com essa pulguinha atrás da orelha, com a vontade de ganhar da VKS.
GSTV, lembrando que esse confronto aqui, ele vale o Seed 1 pro Promo Relegation, né? Considerando que a gente tem que levar em conta que são os times não Academy. Então, por mais que nenhum desses times aqui consiga vencer a final, mas a vitória hoje já garante esse Seed 1, então você já tem meio que um bye, já que você não joga o play-in desse Promo Relegation. Então, é algo extremamente importante a vitória no dia de hoje.
É isso, então vamos ver quem consegue garantir, né? Quem que leva a melhor nesse confronto. Comecinho, a gente vê que tem uma certa movimentação, mas não vai ter tanta briga aí pela selva. Os dois
Jungler starting on the same side of the map, looking at bot lane, maybe? I don't know. I don't think much kill threats bot lane. If anything, I kind of expect them to actually start bot side and then look for top side ganks. I think top lane, at least there's a chance of action. Bot side, not really.
Pontos sem retorno, afinal de contas, só perderam atualmente para a equipe que já está classificada na grande final. Cadê a torcida do Fla? Cadê a nação rubro-negra aí? Fortalecendo na
Oh, what? Damn, already gap. That's 2 combos, right? Or is Rice just that squishy early? That's rough, already gap. Playoffs Envy do be hitting different.
Nesse começo aqui, a gente não teve ainda nenhuma grande jogada. Afinal, são os primeiros minutos, a galera continua participando. Olha, ó, o ia ficar meio esquisito, né? O seu futuro ex-namorado aí, de alguém. Fly Sports, vamos de 3-0 tranquilo, por favor. Você sabe.
The last is taking a lot of damage too.
Sabe que nem sempre as coisas
I don't feel like he should be taking this much damage. He's gotta be careful. I mean, Alistair does have sustain, so it's not the end of the world, but it's also just not generally a good thing.
Da tirada aí, do papel 7.
Beleza, tá bom. Qual que é o tamanho?
É um papelzinho.
Papelzinho, é pequeno? Tá.
Pequeno, pequeno. A 7 é pequeno.
É um post-it, talvez.
Cara, eu não faço a menor
Talvez
ideia,
um pouco
né?
maior.
Não faço a menor ideia. Vou no que vocês falarem.
Beleza. E vamos aqui pro dano lançado nessa parte de baixo. O damage já é obrigado a ficar um pouco mais acuado depois de tomar.
Yeah, A7's bot lane just wants to play super slow, basically. There's no need for them to rush.
Essa bot lane aqui de trigo e damage
I don't think Talos is like
sem, por consequência, vantagem de level.
doing anything wrong per se. Like he's just taking a lot of poke. He's just not dodging out very well. That's all.
Vai curando, né? Vai conseguindo se recuperar depois dos encontros.
Or now. We'll see what he does later on.
E agora a gente vê que o Dizin, né, ele toma também essa parte de baixo do rio. Então o primeiro aronguejo aqui de baixo é do Flamengo.
3 minutos e 40, a gente tem uma movimentação do Dizin agora lá no meio. Chegada aqui embaixo,
good spell shield.
não vai dar em nada, mas...
Oh, that flashover. I don't think they get kill threat, but that's still really good onto Skuro. Yeah, I think Skuro just steps up a little bit too far. It was a good spell shield, but if you're... Yeah, he was just in a position to get tagged twice, and that's just not something that's comfortable. That terror shot does not change anything up top. They'll just sustain anyways. Drake Hero? Bro, he has the flash, man, just to get that piece of jungle. That is not worth. Yeah, Trigo definitely. Wait, Trigo misplayed for the kill? Did he? Okay. Oh, no way. Hey, yo. I actually thought the invade from Dizen and Envy was good off the MP Prio, but... Yeah, dying is not good. The hell happened there?
Meio esquisito esse invade, considerando o estado do Envy na situação. Ele não pôde retornar muito dano, então...
That's truly unfortunate.
Não conseguiram eliminação pra cima do Drake Hero, que gastou o flash, mas garante.
That's so cute from damage. He just walks past pretending like there isn't a ward in there. And then delaying Teles' back to desync them. Nice.
O time da 7 vai acompanhar, a gente tá vendo que o escuro já tá se deslocando também pra rota superior.
Tem essa troca, né, já que a rota superior ali do Fla conseguiu meio que levar melhor no comecinho.
So Skuro
já vem com uma batedora agora, o escuro.
Just base?
Chegou, empurrou a onda e voltou pra base.
Were they trying to fake something? Huh. Interesting. Maybe he just grabbed the dagger on that. I don't know. That was an interesting recall time.
Várias voltas à base, né? Um jogo que eles devem ficar invertendo bastante essas rotas laterais. Os dois top laners foram pro bot com TP. E tem muita pressão, né? Como a Zaya e o Rakan sempre querendo ir pra cima.
Mas uma diferença de minions já bem grande aí entre os atiradores. Pra esse tempo do jogo, a gente tá chegando em 6 minutos. E a gente já tá vendo 15 minions de vantagem. É claro que tem essa onda de minions ainda pro time da A7 conseguir farmar. Mas mesmo assim, uma pressão muito boa que a dupla do Flamengo tá conseguindo impor.
Once again, it's Flamengo on the early. Interesting. I mean, Dizen's almost 6 as well, so I do feel like, to a very large extent, Drake Hero has not been able to take advantage of the early Pantheon game. Yeah, this is not going well for them. And the TP. Okay, Teles interrupts the TP. I don't honestly think it matters that Teles interrupts the TP. I mean, they can get the kill, then maybe it does, but... Oh, the barrier. The barrier is actually huge. Oh. They don't have vision. Okay, the teams are spicy. They're hand checking. We take those. Oops. Yeah, I don't know. Skuro and Trigo are playing really aggressively, which is fun, which is good. I actually kind of like it, but... Well, Skuro... Okay, so Skuro flashed, I think, because he was worried about the blade call, and also he's trying to reposition to get his boomerang back. It was kind of overkill, so yeah, not great, but... yeah. Considering that they know that they're safe from jungle pressure, I don't hate what they were trying to do. Oh, we are... Diving? Nice. Shield? Shield? And tag? Let's go. Oh, Teles is dead. Is Teles dead? He should be. If he can time the hit by right, maybe not. Yeah. I think I'm still on cooldown. Rip. That was a good dive from Drake Hero, though. That's what we wanted to see. It's funny because I was just saying these AD carries are kind of going at it because they think they're safe. Their junglers are bot side, but the fights are going so long and they're not playing off. They're not playing safe at all. So they stick around and then they just get dove. Still though, well played from Drake. Drake Hero. That's he's got the level 6 and Dizen doesn't because Dizen died earlier on the invade. So the dive is safe and clean. I think Teles is dead here. This is the push out that you can't afford to see. This is Teles playing over aggressive.
Ficou ruim agora pro Teles, né? Mais uma morte, 2 em sequência aí, bastante tempo fora de mapa aí pra ele, sem ter como auxiliar o time, colocar sentinelas, garantir experiência. somar pouquinho no ouro aí do campeão dele, enquanto o Trigo vai garantir.
Yeah, finally a Pantheon. Finally something early game from Pantheon. 3-1. The unfortunate thing about Drake Hero doing all that is that normally you want Pantheon to get those kills early and kind of snowball into all the different lanes. But unfortunately, Drake Hero's ganks are kind of forced and they're not getting anything off of it. So even though the Pantheon is more effective early, his lanes are actually not getting ahead at all, which is not what you want to see from this sort of Pantheon pick and play. So a little bit unfortunate. A7 is significantly behind. I know it's only 200 gold, but it's kind of more than that, considering that they've got a bit of a mid-game trough coming up. Like Sivir before 3 items doesn't hit right, and Rise is about to get, he's in the tier catalyst phase right now, which is going to feel really bad till he completes Rod of Ages, and then he's still got a power trough for like at least 5 minutes of that. Let's see if Flamengo can take advantage of it. Again, Flamengo's laning has just been better, which is, again, similar to what we saw yesterday, and kind of what we expected to see against A7's name value.
Eles estão conseguindo levar melhor. Quem tem a vantagem de ouro do time da Alpha 7 é o Drake Hero, que conseguiu já as 3 eliminações, todas as eliminações do time ficaram para ele, e aí onde ele aparecer que vai ter vantagem pro time.
Eu acho que é bem importante pro time da Alpha 7 ter justamente o Pantheon como esse campeão mais forte no momento. É claro que se o Scaling fosse melhor, mas eu falo daqui a pouco que o escudo tá sofrendo engage.
Vai ser absorvido, então nesse momento a entrada do damage de primeiro passo não foi o suficiente para buscar esse controle de fluxo.
Bot lane's getting hyped again. Sorry, I stood up for a second to just go open a window, crack window. Really stuffy today. Quite humid too. I was watching the action happen, but I was too far from my mic. Okay. RG Cap just ran all the way down.
Conseguiram sair vivos, né? 4 contra 3 aqui do time da Alpha 7.
Interesting.
Isso, o Fla responde lá na rota do meio. O Envy vai...
Oh, did Trigo? Oh my goodness. Okay. If Trigo actually dies to that play, Flamengo kind of inting it. Like that was so good already. What they did initially, just tiding over the roam from Mardigam. Like that was the win. They just needed to chill after that. Yeah, MB's getting so far in. This game's kind of running away from A7. Flamengo's just winning by kind of doing nothing right now.
De certa forma, se atrasando pouquinho mais e essa eliminação para a Alpha 7 não serve.
É visível como o Flamengo Red Dragon conseguiu levar melhor, né, depois dessa jogada, porque ficou perdendo tempo na rota inferior. Alpha 7 levou muita gente para lá e aí perde tempo de selva, perde tempo da rota do meio, perde onda de
8-7 scales better. Yeah, they do, but again, I'm just more worried about the mid game, which is when I think their comp is very weak. So if they can't get if they're behind come the mid game, I'm just a little bit concerned that Flamengo can just run them over. But yeah, if they can go to like late, they'll be fine again. Like the power curve, I guess for me is like A7 Flamengo. The power curve kind of goes like more for, and this is even. Like it's kind of like So the problem is like if they're already behind at this point, then this part gets really bad. But yeah. Wait, they didn't take the dragon? Okay. Okay, they did. I was like, wait, if they're not taking dragon, they're trolling because they do want to slow the game down, and one of the ways is you take dragon to stop the stacking. They've already lost Grubs and First Drag, so they don't. Which they should not have lost both. 1, yes. 2, no. Yeah, okay, they're fine. I just got baited by Vision.
Ainda tinha escudo de feitiço, então não era problema para essa CG.
Chase lançado, Makes colocando na frente pra cima do Random Gap, consegue stunar, mas o alcance da torre vai salvar a vida desse Rise.
And already Gap's at least got his Rod of Ages stacking. That's good. So we're looking at about 23 minutes for A7 to start coming back into the game a little bit. So they just need to hold for 10 more minutes.
Direto para esse corta-cura, considerando que principalmente esse Renekton vai ser o seu grande oponente de rota lateral e para tentar parar pouco o ímpeto do Renekton que
It feels like Envy's been getting most of the plates. At 14 they usually show their plate goal and who it went to. I'm curious because 500 gold difference for a kill, 8 CS, and multiple plates is kind of low, which makes me wonder if it's actually makes picking up plates.
Na jogada lá na rota inferior. Então é uma diferença que aos poucos vai crescendo, mas é Renekton que ainda não tá fora de controle.
O time do Fla tá conseguindo, né, quando estabilizam as rotas, meio que levar melhor, farmar melhor, empurrar mais as ondas de minions. A gente vê que caiu agora a placa de barricada no topo, caiu na rota inferior também. Esse arauto que vai nascer daqui a 1 minuto, pra mim é o objetivo até então, né, mais importante do jogo, já que pode fechar as proezas de objetivo.
Technically, we have a kill every 2 minutes, but somehow this game to me feels a bit
Você tem um arauto na mão, pode ajudar muito.
like nothing crazy yet, nothing significant yet. It's all just small stuff.
3 torres já do time
It was a bit stale.
já foram levemente danificadas, né? Não tem nenhuma muito a ponto de cair, mas se tomar uma cabeçada do arauto vai pro chão.
Então o que vai se ensaiando esse dive pra cima, já tá sendo lançado contra a torre. Meio que absorvendo todo o dano, chegou com seu Dominus, vai assustar a movimentação adversária. Teve esse salvaguarda temporário da redenção. E por aqui, a Alpha 7 teve que recuar.
E olha, o bom foi que o Drake Hero não gastou sua ultimate.
Okay.
O Dizzy
Dizen.
pra cima do Random Gap, pra quem sabe levar essa primeira torre. Só que ele já foi visto. O Rice sabe de tudo que tá acontecendo.
That burst damage from Envy. Nice and easy. There's a lot of burst damage actually. Okay, yeah, most of it did go to Envy.
Já vai garantir a primeira torre aqui o time do Fla.
Yeah, then that's weird that the gold difference is actually that small.
Que ficou trocando muito com a Aurora. E aí com o flash do Kong não tinha como
Yeah.
sair, não tinha
I do like that both junglers know when they can actually dive and and actually get the dives to go off. Like Drake Hero's top side dive and Dizen's well, also top side dive now. We're both really clean.
Já vem sendo iniciado pelo time rubro-negro. Vamos ver
I
se
appreciate
realmente
that.
eles vão dar sequência. E o Chiari vai chegando de teleporte pra contestar esse objetivo.
É isso, já vai resetar temporariamente esse Arauto do Vale, mas vai ficar no alcance da equipe do Alpha 7, que tem o domínio de visão do Rio, espantou os jogadores do Fla, inclusive vai rolar esse reset do Dizzy, então, pra deixar um pouco mais
Ooh,
emparelhado.
A7 get the Herald.
É, acho que realmente
Despite the
não pode
successful dive from Dizen. Okay.
aqui por esse arauto.
I,
Eles estavam com vantagem numérica, beleza, tinham eliminado, né, o Ryze, mas o Ryze
maybe this was actually a mistake. Like, it's a good, clean dive, and I do appreciate that, but just looking at the results of it, and this is why this game feels a bit stale, is because a lot of these ganks have not resulted in objectives. It's just like kills for the sake of kills, pretty much. It doesn't even really help the lane that much most of the time, or it doesn't tilt the lanes that much. Yeah, because without the Cyclone, Flamengo didn't want to contest this, despite being a man up. And also, like, the timing of the Herald actually spawning. So, that actually kind of works in A7's favor quite a bit, that they got that.
Fla segue, o damage vai chegando pra...
Like, if I'm A7, I'm okay with this. I would trade RD Gap and a plate for Herald.
Onde é que eles vão utilizar esse arauto? Telas muito castigado pelo Dizzy agora.
Não tá tendo pina fácil aí o suporte da 7, tá? 16 minutos no relógio.
1.2k gold difference, yeah.
E de novo, batendo
Dragon
no teto,
30.
se for garantido pelo Fla, as proezas serão decididas.
We've been seeing a lot of the teams just use Herald for mid pressure when they go for a Dragon. I actually don't want to see that for A7 here. That hurts too healthy. I'd much rather they drop top and get gold that way.
2 a 2, né?
While threatening.
De stack
Dragon.
monstro épico, né? Tem o dragão e tem também o arauto aí. E aí as larvas pro time do
I guess they just can't do it. Well, they could, because they have Drake Hero, technically. He could drop and then start running bot as fast as he can.
E tem a questão de que a composição que a gente falou,
With the man drop, he'll get there in
mas o
time.
scaling ainda não chegou lá, né? O primeiro item
5 more
da
minutes.
ativação das
5 more
eras
minutes.
5 minutos, a lágrima
Yeah, they're dropping mid.
e
Okay.
a seguir tem só em um tal. Então não é o spike que você gostaria de utilizar pra lutar.
E vamos pra mobilidade.
Nobody's riding it in either.
Chegando pra cabecear a torre, não vai ser o bastante pra destruir,
Yeah.
mas a equipe do Flamengo tá logo aqui pra cima,
Hmm.
pra poder iniciar esse combate a qualquer momento.
This feels more like regular season A7 and less like what we saw yesterday.
Avanço pra cima do damage, o Telas não consegue
Or maybe they just play to the level of the opponents. I don't know.
ligada e a equipe da 7 tá com velocidade.
Eles estão querendo trocar, estão querendo ir pra cima, acabaram encontrando só o clone,
Envy's playing really well, though.
causando dano
In the
pela
visual way.
lateral.
Continuar por agora nesse estranhamento, a visão sempre
He's getting a ton of pressure on this.
tá lançada,
Oh.
damage encantando todo mundo.
Nice engage from damage. Is it enough?
Sacan fazer a diferença. Trigo lançando já suas penas pra jogo, ele com Temundo zoando os jogadores pra si. É um flash pra salvar, mas ainda não é o suficiente porque
Oh, Chiari lives, barely.
não finaliza o Chiari.
Dá pra ver mais ou menos que faltou dano, mas o Fla conseguiu
Yeah.
levar melhor na luta.
This is precisely why I didn't really want them to kind of play for mid with the Herald. What is Telas doing? Go home, buddy. Go home, you're drunk.
Ah, exatamente.
Like, I didn't think they were going to win a fight at this stage of the game.
Foi eliminado, mas é isso aí, Jess.
So trying to just get Prio with Herald for Dragon doesn't feel great. So you're gonna go for mid, then just commit to mid. Like write the Herald in, do the extra damage, try and take that turret. Instead, you've got a low-ish, but not low enough for you to siege mid lane turret. You lost topside turret because you weren't playing for that. You're playing more for Dragon. Then you lost one member plus Drag itself. Like that was just a straight up losing play all across the board for A7. Yeah, exactly. They can't contest, just give. It just feels like a massive waste. And now they're like further in the hole. Not significantly, to be fair. I think they were like 1.4, 1.5, so they've only lost a couple hundred. Like I said, they're about to hit, you know, even ground soon enough. 3 minutes in the Rod of Ages. Already Gap did a good job farming, so he's kind of okay. Early to get that Rod early. If anything, now he's kind of slowed down now, which is why his Sarah's Embrace is delayed, but that's okay. As for Flamengo, I think 2k gold lead at 20 minutes is fine. That's roughly on track. They're still okay. I mean, they still need to accelerate, but... And that's why the Herald play was kind of bad, that they lost the Herald. Herald would have sped up this game so much better for Flamengo.
Faltou pouquinho de dano, mas para uma fight futura a situação é diferente. Tem ali segundo item nas mãos do Trigo, já mais uma parcela de dano por queimadura por parte do Envy. Pode ser o que estava faltando para eles.
O problema é que são 2 flashes a menos do lado do time da 7, o lado do time Flamengo só o damage não tem o dele, mas ainda assim é um Rakan, é um campeão que tem bastante mobilidade, independente desse feitiço ou não. E aí a gente vai observando, né? Quais serão
I actually really like this from Flamengo. But why is Flamengo playing so well today? Like, I knew that they were getting better yesterday as the series went on, but they're going really well right now. Oh, good hitbot from Telas. So what I really like about this siege is that they're strong right now. So they're playing mid bot lane, they're stacking top, but they're playing a 1-4 and playing Fog of War. Because Atakan's here as well. So this is precisely what they do, is they zone you out. If they catch in mid rotation, you die, and then they take your turrets. In the meantime, they get prio and pressure around Atakan. Ooh, okay, damage. We jumped way too far. I think they just needed to focus Atakan while the TPs were coming in. Well, they leashed. Never mind. Flamengo with the mid-game throw. Can't praise the team. Dang nabbit. Just when I say they're doing well, they throw. Oh, they also... All these teams need to stop playing with Atakan for a bit. Atakan is actually wrecking them. Focus on the fight, guys. Oh my... I swear, if A7 throws this because of Atakan... Holy crap. A7 deserves to lose. You're actually so troll. This fight is so dumb. Like... Okay, so this part already, it's like, just focus it down. It's down to 5k. I don't know why Damage opted to run in like that. Well, okay, the team makes the call to go for it. But I don't think you even need to do this. If you had vision that the TPs are coming in, just finish that off first. There's no reason to turn on this. Damage goes in and his team's not able to get there. Also, this comp doesn't play that good aggressively. They're much better playing defensively. And Makes is not there, who's the other big diver with Disney. So like, this is already super troll by Flamengo. But here, A7 needs to make a call. Do they Atakan or do they peel? And in first place, I don't think they should have done Atakan. I think they need to peel and push off the rest of Flamengo first. And then go back to that. But because they're split, Skuro's taking that damage from Atakan and Shred. Drake Hero takes Shred. And they're, most importantly, they're not in the fight. Look, they turn back for Atakan again. So they're not doing damage. Then you've got Artie Gap, Telas, and Kiari trying to play 3v4. So you had a 5v4 advantage. And you've made it a 4v3 instead. Like, it's just troll. And because of that, you're just so split. Skuro's low from Atakan gets wiped. We are just throwing left and right from both sides here. Man. Yeah. I think Flamengo is playing well, better than they did. Or they're playing like at peak, like what they did yesterday. So making a mistake or two, perfectly in line with what they did yesterday. But the big problem for me is that A7's playing way below what they were playing on Monday. Like I said, this was like regular season A7. The A7 where I was like, I don't understand why people were telling me they're so good. They looked okay. Yeah. Again, we just overchase. Like, I don't know what this A7's doing. Skuro's not here. We're just over chasing. And then we are just throwing everything in. Are we just saying GG go next? I think A7 is just saying GG go next. Like, we screwed this game up. Forget it. Just go next. Penta kill for Envy. How many pentas did we have in the playoffs? Like, regular season had what, 2 pentas? This is like the 3rd or 4th penta we've seen, feels like. This is bad, but there's a silver lining. Okay, Ray? What's the silver lining? Let's hear it. It's a best of 5. Desafiante, Silver Rise, and Pantheon got taken away. True, true. I mean, they do remove some power picks. But I think there's still a lot of power picks left in the pool right now. Like, I put Mbessa, same Lilith, Cassante, Rumble's still in there. Yunara, Varus is still in there. Annie's still in there. Wait, what the? Oh, why is it? Okay. That's weird. When I was trying to send it back to regular speed, it kept dropping to 0.75 instead of 1 times. That's slow. Yeah, like I said, playoffs Envy is a different beast, man. He's just built different. Also, we can't say that I'm the A7 curse anymore because I watched them win on Monday. A7 is just inconsistent. Oof. Oh, the redemption actually went off. Yeah.
É uma alma por outra alma aqui, só que pro time do Flamengo, isso aqui acabou sendo muito melhor, porque eles levaram um atirador adversário. Então o Escuro já tá 0/3, é uma situação...
Brother, tell us, if Skuro could not survive there, I do not think you're gonna do that much better. Okay, good, he walked away. Yeah, I guess Kiara's still trying with the bot side push, but it just doesn't matter this game. Maybe if Flamengo screw up Baron, maybe. With a 6.5k goalie, they really should not be able to throw this Baron without intentionally trying.
Com 2 itens e meio, o próprio Kong também do Dizin, com 2 itens bem caros, ele que tá quase 1k à frente do Drake Hero, que pegou quase todas as eliminações do time da Alpha 7. Então, esse é o ponto que o Flamengo tá nesse momento, esse é o tamanho da vantagem rubro-negra.
Nessa hora, as ultimates globais, elas já não tem mais tanta força. Porque agora tá todo mundo andando meio junto, e aí a globalidade do Ryze, a globalidade do Fandom perdem um pouquinho de potencial. Ainda mais que o time adversário tá tão mais forte, né? Que tem mais ouro aí o time do Flamengo pra brigar e eles vão só forçando a Alpha 7 a ficar mais defensivo.
25, quase 27 minutos, na verdade, no relógio.
Oh. Wait, A7 don't know there's a ward in this bush. I thought Kiari was there, but they didn't ping it. I don't think they know.
O elemento, né, o próximo dragão que pode ser alma, é só daqui a 1 minuto e 45. Então, muito
there we go.
I
spot it now. Yeah, I was thinking for a second, if they don't know that's there, that could actually really come back to bite them. Yep, Envy's in. Hello, Envy? We did not take the realm, the between realms in. Flamengo is throwing. What the hell? No way! Oh, Ovilie's parody song. Wait, I don't remember this parody song. So I'll go look for the song after. This is so. And here's the disgusting part. Even though Flamengo hard threw a Baron, they are still gonna be in a decent position. They're gonna take both inhib turrets and still be able to fight on open ground. And the gold swing's not gonna be as much. This is crazy. They'll show a replay, I'm sure. Looking at that, I kind of blame Envy. Oh, they need to kill Trigo. They need to kill Trigo. They need to kill Trigo. Why are we waiting? Go, 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 go. Go! You fools! You fools! I can't! I can't! What fresh hell and madness is this?
Consegue sair depois de um trabalho bem feito. Ele estava numa situação bem complicada ali para fugir. Leva
Oh
as
my
duas
goodness.
tier 3, só que o Flamengo perde bastante da vantagem que tinha. São apenas 3.000 de diferença. E esse terceiro item do time da sede começa a sair.
Mas para eles agora é tentar.
Okay, this is an interesting call. If Flamengo play this right, they just win the game.
Invisível pra tentar auxiliar nesse momento final. O dragão errou o passe.
They are not playing this right.
Entre mundos lançado pra jogo. O isolamento
They are just
garantido com o
dying.
sucesso. Lá atrás, Triga, que Ares estranhando.
We are just.
Próximo a cair.
What the f?
Tem momento de tensão rolando livre, leve e solto, porque é neutralização nas mãos do que
Genuinely, what the hell?
E sendo caçado um após o outro. Sozinho agora no mundo, o Wave tentando garantir essa sua fuga. Não tem jeito fácil de fazer esse momento.
The mind games.
De um lado, o Ryze no outro. E aqui,
Okay.
amigos, é
Nice try from Envy.
Alpha 7.
Look, the scaling from A7 is better, but this is illegal. This even if the scaling is good, they should not be making up a 6,500 gold deficit. Even at 3,000 gold deficit, they should not be winning that fight.
Sofre o roubo do dragão e vai chegar no inibidor aqui Alpha 7.
Like now, this game is actually A7's game to lose. Because they won 2 back-to-back illegal fights. They get Baron, they get Dragon, they get all the bounties. Like this is, oh my goodness. It's not just a Sivir comp, right? How many times have we seen Sivers not be able to carry the game when the team is trolling, bro? I don't. Holy crap. This is the show me the Baron fight. Oh, replay bugged.
E o Flamengo não conseguiu fechar.
Holy crap, they didn't even show us the replay. Okay, I will go back after. This is,
Pro time da Alpha
but this is actually crazy.
da Civir chegou.
Flamengo had the game and they just threw it on the floor. Here's my prediction. After this game, Flamengo just mental booms.
Mas ainda não é uma campeã que explode a luta tão rápido.
And I think it's going to be Envy and Makes that mental boom after this game.
Primeira luta, o Envy praticamente não lutou. E aí a segunda não tinha.
I think Dizen's mental is usually pretty good, so.
Agora o jogo fica difícil, fica esquisito.
But for Envy, he was so far ahead. For them to lose when from that position is, like, it just invalidates all of Envy's work. It's crazy. I'll replay the games, the fights after the game, but I expect them to kind of go for game-winning push anyways right now. Or Siege, because there's nothing better to do. Sorry, not game-winning push, but Siege. Are we not? What else can you do at this point? It's 3 minutes till the objectives come out.
Naquele argumento que trouxemos no pré-jogo, né? O Flamengo tem
Okay,
8-8,
apparently
o
we're
Alpha
not
7
sieging.
tem mid late game muito forte. Conseguem essa virada, ainda estão no limiar dos 2.000 de gold a favor. Conseguiram, apesar de terem
So the reason why I expect them to siege instead of basing here is just that the base timing is really awkward. You're about 2.5 minutes out, which means you're effectively about a minute and a half away from trying to actually set up vision and control objectives. If you drop wards now, it's a little bit too early. So you buy now, you drop wards, and then you're gonna reset again in a minute and a half? Like, I thought they'd just take more waves first and then reset closer.
Do Alpha 7 e agora ele já
It's not a big deal. It just feels inefficient.
do
That's
jogo
all.
pra conseguir brigar, né, pra conseguir bater de frente, porque a composição
And if they're not near an item breakpoint, it'll be fine.
muito mais forte
There's
agora.
no real
A gente vê, né,
difference.
o gráfico de ouro, como teve a vantagem, ela acabou em duas jogadas, né, em duas plays aí do time da Alpha 7, que agora pode até esperar o dragão, mas eles não precisam do dragão pra fechar o jogo.
Não, e eles estão trabalhando nessa fog. O damage é um Rakan, então tá numa situação um pouco mais confortável, um pouco mais tranquila. Só que a Alpha 7 vai trabalhando essa vantagem de mapa.
Yeah, as long as A7 don't screw up a fight, they're fine. They are literally where Flamengo was 10 minutes ago.
E é isso que vão fazendo juntinhos, tá? O único que tá de fora é o
Not even 10 minutes, actually, because it was around Baron that everything went wrong, so.
empurrado na parte
What's this,
de
4.5 minutes? No.
conseguem mais uma torre
Yeah, 4.5 minutes
pro
ago.
7 torres pra
About 5 minutes ago. A7 is exactly where Flamengo was 5 minutes ago.
Fator, a equipe da Alpha 7 ainda tem preservado a sua torre T2 no topo, enquanto o Fla já não tem mais nenhuma linha de defesa, exceto as da base.
E o Fla não
It's really funny, too, because this was supposed to be the go forward comp, and this was supposed to go backwards. But in the mid game, Flamengo was the go forward comp, and I think that's where they kind of screwed up. Was because they were going forward, and the team, not everybody can go forward. Envy and Trico can't really go forward. So it put them in a really awkward position where they couldn't leverage their full team strength. And then what should have been a 5v5 ended up looking more like a 3v5.
fica bem melhor ainda pro
Or 3v4, realistically.
mas o Flamengo tem que tentar uma luta, não tá bem posicionado.
And A7 now, even with a go forward comp, are playing this really carefully.
Eles não têm esse espaço de mapa para buscar surpreender o time da 7. Vamos ver o que o time do Flamengo vai aprontar para, quem sabe, voltar pro jogo, algum pick-off. O problema é que a 7 tá toda separadinha.
Oh.
E vem
I
agora
hear a ghost. Oh, and already gap with the flank. Nice turn back and stun onto Envy. That's huge. Yeah, by the time Mace gets there, it doesn't matter. The fight's over. Really well played from Mace7. Clean. Clean closeout. The early game was rough for Mace7, and I think they made quite a few mistakes in the early game. But they came back. They stayed in it, and eventually managed to bounce back. Flamengo did the opposite. They had such a good early game, and they just kind of threw it all. Super painful to watch. Okay, wait. I want to go back to the Baron fight, because that to me was where everything went to crap, was the Baron fight. Yeah, up to this point, like, Flamengo's just leading. They're just better. Oops. Did I break this? Uh-oh. Okay. Oh, this was a dumb Octagon fight that I hated, where both teams threw. Where's Baron? I massively overshot, I guess. YouTube's. Okay, I guess when I'm hopping around this much, I need to like lower the quality, because yeah, hello? My browser is... Maybe this is not a browser issue. This might be a computer issue. I'm lowering it because this Baron is where everything went wrong. You're up 7,000 gold, not even 6,000. And then everything just goes so wrong. It's funny too, because they just showed us Envy was like super hyper fed, or like is doing a crap ton of damage, and then no, where's the Baron fight? Well, this game really went fast. Okay, yeah, here we go. Okay, so quick check. Telas is actually going home right here. Where's RD Gap? RD Gap's coming in from mid lane down here. And damage opts to go in with Trigo, Diz, and Makes. Notably, Envy is not here. And that matters because Envy is doing the bulk of their damage. And this is what I'm talking about when I say this comp wants to play backwards. Yes, you've got Wukong and Renekton and Rakan who can all go in. But your big burst is from Aurora and from Xayah. And ideally, both of them have skills that they kind of just shoot out. And then if you're running forward, the skills that shoot out, the distance is a lot shorter. If you're running backwards and the skill that shoots out, it extends the range, right? So that's why I say they want to play backwards, generally. Jhin Tank playing without carry, yeah. So the problem is, first of all, damage goes way too deep. And just watch Trigo here. Like, Trigo can't do damage. He burned Feather Storm really early too, so he doesn't even have safety. And then from here, he gets like one auto and that's it. Like after he gets that, it's just one auto. Makes him doesn't try and go in. Oh, that's the other problem too. Doesn't went to the side, went for RD Gap. So the first Cyclone doesn't do anything, and then he gets CC'd up, so the second Cyclone doesn't come through. He's trying to get second Cyclone off, but it takes way too long. Yeah, it's just so split, and Envy's just not getting into the fight. The big damage is not in the fight. And the joke is, okay, they lose that fight, that's okay. You can still come back at the Dragon fight, but then they screw the Dragon fight as well. Like, Flamengo starting it up is risky, but playable. Watch Envy's positioning again. Like, Envy wants to be second into the fight. He doesn't want to be first one in. But the problem's, the fight's like kind of done by the time Envy really gets in there. By the time he gets in there, Makes is already half dead. Ops in. Yeah. The timing's really unfortunate. And so they kill Drake Hero, but it's already kind of over. It's really rough to watch when I go play this. I'm trying to track where the Feather Storm went. Where's the Feather Storm? Okay, Trigo gets taken off. That's actually a really good play from Chiari. Yeah, there you go. Feather Storm gets used really defensively and doesn't do anything. Like, even the Blade Call doesn't hit Chiari for the most part. He's off to the side of it. Really well played from Chiari. Chiari kind of got it. Yeah. Chiari in that fight was absolutely goated. Holy crap. Wait, by the end of the game, yeah, he's 4-2-4. Wait, there's one more fight, right? He ends up going 6-2-7. Yeah, I'd actually MVP Chiari this game. I think he did and phenomenally well. Really, really critical. He doesn't have the highest KP, but like when all the stuff he did was like really critical stuff in team fights. Damn. That's pretty decent damage too. Almost caught up to Silver. Yeah, game 2 is a lot about recovering from Flamengo mentally. Because that, jeez, look at 8.2 thousand gold. Sheesh. That's a hill and a half.
Pra mim chama atenção nesse gráfico. Ali aos 15 minutos, o Flamengo teve pico, caiu. Nos 20,
Yeah.
Caiu. Eles tiveram vários
That's a tilter of a game.
conseguindo levar melhor em domínio de mapa, em macro, em organização nas ondas de minions e sofriam pick-offs, algumas jogadas que pareciam pequenos apagões assim, sabe?
That is a tilter and a half.
Fora de posição, às vezes meio sozinho, sendo
Less dragons taken, man.
Isso vai custando.
Like A7 was just firmly on the back foot the entire time. Yeah, I even got the penta. It's just disgusting that you lose an 8,000 gold lead. That's crazy.
Essa virada, né?
Yeah, let's see if they
A gente viu durante um bom tempo
tell us who picks which side.
azul e agora tá pendendo mais pro lado vermelho para talvez tentar jogar pouquinho mais nos counters, nas respostas. E pra
Yeah, we've seen this week especially. It seems like teams are picking red side a lot. I mean, even this game, right, was red side one. Oops, sorry. Okay, so it doesn't look like Flamengo chose already which side they want to go. Yeah, but man, that is a massive tilter for Flamengo. Yeah. Well, yeah. I was gonna say, I think also with Circuito, it's like it's more now in playoffs that we see a lot more red side preference. I feel like blue side was still prio before this, but the better league prioritized blue. Yeah, LTA South prioritized red a lot too, actually, against Cade. They wanted counter pick and it just didn't work. Was it against Cade? It was against red, wasn't it? Okay. Yeah. So game 2 still has a lot of prio picks available for the most part. I think Flamengo just stick blue side. This was not a draft issue. It's the illusion that the counter will be game winning. Yeah. The joke is, I don't even think that A7... Okay, A7 had a good rise counter into the Aurora later on. But besides that, I don't even think any of these were like counters to that. Like, getting Pantheon is kind of borderline illegal on red side. And even then, I like the Wukong into Pantheon. I'm actually okay with this. Like, I would be happier with the Wukong side of it. So I don't even think that's a counter. Cassante into Renekton is not a counter. Sivir got blinded, and you picked Xayah into it. So the Sivir was, I think, the game-winning pick, but I don't think it was the... Like, yeah, it wasn't red side. Prio. Yeah, I don't know. With Flamengo, they need to mental reset. They need to not let this get to them. But I don't know if they can, or if they will. Like I said, my prediction is makes an MV tilt in the series now that this has happened. That's my prediction. I could be wrong. I hope I'm wrong. I really hope I'm wrong. And I think Flamengo just stay on blue side, man. They're still prio picks, and as long as Flamengo's on blue side, they force an Orianna ban every single time. If anything, you open up the Rumble here, I think, and then you try and grab a Mole first pick. You could do it for Annie, but I don't think Annie's as strong as Rumble. And also, normally I'd say you open up Yunara, but freaking Trigo can't play Yunara, so... alternatively, you pick the Varus, because Varus is open right now. You could just go Varus for Trigo. He definitely plays Varus. He can even play on-hit Varus. Though, I don't think... on-hit Varus is a bit dangerous to blind pick. If you want a blind pick, it has to be Vitality, and then... Yeah. And... I guess, okay. I'm just sorry. I'm just thinking to myself. Am I being a little bit too like harsh about stuff? I think I am. I mean, that sort of throw we've seen in CD a lot. I guess I've been spoiled coming back this week because honestly, Monday and Tuesday's games were pretty good. Like there were throws yesterday between Kaboom and Flamengo, but I guess it was more like throws back and forth, and it was more like there's a lot of good mechanical play. This was just like one of the uglier throws where it's very. Like yesterday when Kaboom and Flamengo were throwing, it's not micro mistakes. It's usually like macro mistakes, like picking fights they shouldn't have picked. But then the fights itself look really pretty. Whereas this one just looked really ugly with the fights because like Envy's not there and stuff. So yeah, it looks way worse than it yeah. Let's see here. Okay, sorry, just checking some stuff. Monday, Tuesday, I was looking through Twitter. I decided not to look through Twitter today. Twitter has not been very good these last couple of days. Like, there's been too much bad stuff happening, so I kind of just don't want to. Yeah. I don't know. I looked at it earlier today, and I woke up to somebody getting shot, so I'm just not. Yeah, I don't know. Things are getting dark, man. Because things are getting dark. Come on, Flamengo A7. Give me a good game. Give me something to be happy about, man. Well, speaking of good news, though, my local game shops here in Vancouver are starting to get Riftbound stuff, Riftbound demo stuff, so that's exciting. Gonna go probably to some of them this Sunday. They're not getting like stock, but it's more like demo and stuff. Though the demos, they are giving away like a free promo card if you go to demos. I've been told it's Teemo, which makes feelings. I am, as you all know, a Teemo hater, but I mean, free card is free card. It is still kind of cool, so I'll take the free card. Oops, sorry. You don't like Flamengo's draft already. I mean, Syndra for Envy is good. I'll take that. I'm just thinking a little bit. So far, I'm okay with it. I'm okay with it. If anything, I don't like the Ari being picked up here, but and Skrull is picking up the Varus. Okay, we gave that for free. Ooh, okay. Well, there's a Varus on the other side. Flamengo need a tank, and they don't have a tank, so Varus is gonna just go lethality Varus. I don't like Xinjiao with Rumble though. Just pick an engage support here for Flamengo. It's just that easy. Like, sure, that works too. Yeah, Braum not really engage, but same category, like tank support. Yeah. Actually, Braum's good into Varus here. No, go with Braum. I think Braum's better. Flamengo, Braum's better. Trust. Nope, we went Leona. Okay. I mean, it is damages Leona, to be fair, which is one of his better champions, but okay. So the reason why I didn't really like or I was calling for Braum over Leona is just because you already have engage enough with Syndra J4. You don't need more engage. Whereas I think Braum can block the poke from Varus. Yeah, let's start with A7. I like, if not for the Xin Zhao, I actually really like this composition. If you had just gone tank here, like Maokai or Sejuani or Skarner, this would have been like a 4. Yeah, this would have been like a 4 out of 5 for me. Not higher because the late game on this comp is kind of bad. This is more of a early mid game. It's gonna be Turbo months ago. Yeah, when things were broken and busted for sure. Again, I just don't like the, and then I give them -point because freaking Xin Zhao and Rumble. I don't like Xin Zhao and Rumble on the same team. I've seen it have too much anti-synergy too many times. It's even worse than Vi Rumble for me. At least Vi Rumble is like single target, one person dies. I actually think I kind of prefer Flamengo's comp a little bit. The scaling on it's much better with Syndra and Mbessa. They can team fight too, though team fight's a little bit iffier. Like they have enough mobility that they should be able to survive Braum if you don't get locked down. There is lockdown though, so it's a little bit iffy. Do I like it enough? The problem for this comp is early game. Rumble wins early game. Ari wins early game. Varus wins early game. Xin Zhao wins early game. Well, Xin Zhao and J4 do different things early game. I'll give this comp a 4. So the main reason why I'm giving Flamengo a 4 with this comp is just because scaling and also early game. Which sounds super weird when I just said that Flamengo's comps is weaker in the early game, as in like Flamengo players have better laning. So I think the early game advantage from A7 might not be enough, and A7 has to win early. If this game goes late, Flamengo wins compositionally. So I'll give them a 4. But I just don't know if Flamengo's mental is broken. We'll see. I mean, Drake Hero got some really good early moves last game, so if he can do that again, or if A7 lanes step up a little bit more, then I think A7 can win this. But yeah. Actually, Ray, you mentioned you don't like Flamengo's draft. Why? Like, what about the draft is bugging you? Because looking at it, I only feel like the one thing that maybe could complain about is just like they don't really have a lot of OPs. Syndra's mobile into true. I mean into Rumble, true. Corky's lore. Okay, that's fair. Yeah, I guess that's fair. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, maybe you're right. Yeah, I'm just thinking because I actually like Corky into Xin Zhao usually. Just because Xin Zhao, if you have range, it doesn't matter. You can't do damage to him anyway. So you want something low range but can do damage to actually try and kill the Xin Zhao early. But yeah, I mean, against the Varus Ari Rumble, I guess the low range is an issue. Okay. No, I think you're right. Okay, I think 3.5 then. Like, I still think their comp is better late, but yeah, the lack of range on Corky has been an issue, and we've seen that like this entire week, both in LTA South and in CD. So okay, we'll call it even on the drafts then. Like, I don't hate the draft, but yeah, there are certain issues for sure. That's fair. Hello, Lunar. Welcome in. I mean, I originally called for A7 to win this series. They won game 1, by the way. In a situation they should not have won the game. A7 managed to win. So props to them for that. And we'll see how tilted Flamengo is when we get on the Rift. But they had no business. They were down 8,000 gold. 8.2k was the gold advantage at one point for Flamengo. It was kind of disgusting. And very illegal.
É isso, todo mundo quer enfrentar o time da Cade na sexta-feira e esse é o traço que tem que ser passado. Vocês estão prontos, invocadores? Boas.
Yeah, let's see if A7 can run the early game.
Aos campos da justiça com Alpha 7 contra Flamengo Redragon.
Yesterday, there was one game where Flamengo tried to play an early game and it was the game they lost. But I think A7's bad. Like, they understand their win cons better, so I'm hoping that they can actually accelerate the game. They don't want to sit back and let the skill kick in for Flamengo. Drake Hero also managed to make things happen on the Pantheon. I mean, I would have liked... It wasn't quite Dizen levels of early aggression, but I also don't think it was like just way too passive or anything. I think that's fine.
Especialmente também, né, querendo antecipar a movimentação dos caçadores adversários. Rola esse avanço ali pela selva de
Oh wait, I'm gonna.
já então os
Oh, tell us he whiffed. Wait, tell us is dead because he whiffed. Brother, tell us is just making life hard for A7 in the early game. He's increasing the difficulty level, bro. Sorry, I forgot that I turned it down earlier when I was hopping around.
Primeira jogada já dá mais certo aí pro time do Fla.
É o Fla que começa muito bem mais uma vez.
I used to be a TSM fan a long time ago, but never. Not anymore. Not since they left. They can die. And I do not care about that orc.
No corte, ele não vai voltar à base, não vai temizar ainda, mas com certeza a sua primeira volta à base, quando ele fizer essa primeira compra.
Is that 90% of the year in upper finals? Yeah, that's pain.
Veio com esse vários
That's a pain stuck around.
A fase de rotas do trigo, ela tem que ser um pouquinho mais difícil.
E já vai pra cima de novo.
Low-key, maybe I do. Maybe I do.
O posicionamento do escuro, ele dificilmente chega na onda de Minions.
I'm trying to think like the other teams I supported. Oh.
É flash pra cima.
É flash adiantando.
Okay. Telas is trolling. Telas is going to die again.
Só nos tirinhos.
Genuinely? What the hell are we doing?
Podendo ser vítima secundária.
Bro, oh my goodness. I did like Renska back in the day.
Tô legal já esse comecinho de jogo, 0
But that was more just because they were really funny. Like their content, the whole cowboy thing was really funny. I hated the way they did their roster though. That was it. 12 men, 13 men roster thing was completely nonsensical.
E olha o damage vindo cobrar.
Oh. We're just inting. Like A7's bot lane is actively inting at this point. Hook.
Olha o perigo debaixo da torre aqui. Aqui ainda fica nas mãos do verdadeiro carregador, o suporte.
Yeah, holy. I like the Trigger's logo. In the LJL, I used to support Axis, which was a really bad team. But they were really funny. So I guess my type is like either a funny team or like pain. A team that really hurts you. Nothing in between. A7's giving back the game that Flamengo. Here's the thing, I'm not even confident about that because Flamengo's been throwing their mid games pretty hard, so. Okay. What is this absolute madness and chaos that we're witnessing? I do not. This is so crazy, man. This is so. Like for damage, kind of not worth. We're giving over a free kill to Varus, was really far behind. Should have just, yeah, not traded. Once Trigo gets back, you're gonna dominate that lane anyways. Trigo has an extra call anti-air in pocket compared to Skuro's just single deep blade. Well, let's see what Drake Hero can do because his team kind of needs him right now. And so far, that roam bot, he didn't even get the assist. But Disney's really far ahead.
Isso, né? Consegue todo esse começo melhor a rota inferior do time do Fla, tanto trio como damage com bastante recurso. Fica chato aí pro escuro e pro Telas poderem.
Yeah, but this really screws A7's whole game plan. Oh, here we go. Yep, dead. Nice, nice. Okay, Drake Hero's coming back. He's dragging the team back. Let's go. That's good. Playable, playable.
Bom, 30 sec pra isso. Eu gostaria de destacar o farm do jogador escuro.
Oh, they see Drake Hero though.
Porque ele está vivendo de pão com rato.
Oh no, Chiari. Brother Chiari. Oh, great prediction from Dizen. That was a really nice predict. The best part, there's nothing Chiari can do about it. If he doesn't flash, well, he could have chosen not to flash, but if he doesn't flash, he dies anyways, so. Same. This is no, this is an early game. 8 kills in 5 minutes. Let's go. Hell yeah. This is entertainment.
Só o pan. 12 a 36, então triplos de farm nesse momento e nesses 5 minutos. A gente tá vendo no ouro total ali que ele é o antepenúltimo. Só está de fato à frente.
Now I just need a objective fight where Flamengo throws for maximal entertainment.
Consegue nem chegar na onda de minions. Aqui Alpha 7 tem que fazer alguma coisa.
It is a lot better than English Soccer. I'll give it that. I used to follow the Premier League when I was a kid. Then I stopped because it was really boring.
Tiver toda essa vantagem, né? Toda essa superioridade comparada ao Varus.
I found better things to watch than football, like League of Legends. Much more interesting. You wish you liked football because everyone there loves it. That's fair. Yeah, I guess when it's like everybody around you is. I kind of get it. I'm not crazy about hockey, and in Canada, like hockey is the biggest sport. So, but I'm from Vancouver, and our team sucks. So, sorry, not sorry that I'm not a hockey fan. I suffer enough following pain. I don't need to follow Canucks too. Okay, it looks like the game slowed down. A7 stabilized a little bit. Hockey's a lot faster than football for sure. Hockey is the only sport allowed year round, and no, there's lacrosse in summer too. Oh. And technically, there's both football and American football or Canadian football, the CFL. But yeah, I think the Whitecaps, our football club, is not that good anymore. It used to be good. Then we lost like our big star to the Bundesliga. What's the team? How am I blanking on the biggest freaking team in Germany? Bayern Munich. There we go. Sorry, brain fart. Oh, as in like all the year round. Okay, Lunar. Yeah. Everything else is kind of season. Technically, there is hockey season and off season too, but pretty much, yeah. I assume all these tweets they're pulling up are making fun of the fact that Envy got a pentakill and still lost the game. only in Circuito, I assume. Well, the huge early game advantage that Flamengo had with all those kills, they're only 1k gold ahead, and that gold gap is kind of just being maintained right now. A7's managed to slow things down and control the game. The problem is at some point, A7 has to be ahead, not just even. They are not the skilling comp this time. NHL sends the backups and rookies to CHL. Wait, AHL? Our tier 2 is AHL, no? Oh, already kept getting run down. He's yet to blow his ult. Trying to mind game. But yeah, that gives grubs to Flamengo. Screw had to burn. Oof. Wait, this is actually playable. Oh, Skuro's not 6 yet! Bro, if Skuro is 6, this is so playable! Oh my god. Dude, Telas is killing me right now. Well, Telas is also killing his team, so what's new? Oh my, okay, this game's over. This game's over. I thought it was playable for a second. Like, if Skuro was 6 and could get Chains of Corruption into Equalizer, they actually could have won that fight. And then Telas... If Telas could just dodge a freaking knock-up, I think Chiari could have cooked Dizen and then they could have turned, but... Oh man, this is rough. HL happens in... Okay, so CHL was like tier 3? Okay. I do not know the CHL at all then. We are just inting now for A7. Like, why are we doing this? It's already gone. We are just greeding ridiculously stupidly here. Like, this is actually stupid greed at this point. I guess 1-for-1's kind of worth it when you're behind, but still, that's just so unnecessary. And the gold gap doubled. So. CHL is tier 2 during the off-season. Like I said, I don't know the off-season season. I don't know anything about the CHL. I'm a fake Canadian. That's so unfortunate. If Chiari... there's so many things where it feels like if Chiari was just there a bit sooner, if there was a bit more CC. Like, I don't blame Chiari for that, but just, yeah. Oh. The cheese? Let's go! Oh, Chiari! That was pretty damn clutch. Chiari almost got killed by turret. I love the cheese though. It actually did a lot. That's entire wave crashing that Trigo won't get. It's actually not bad.
Mas ele tem 2 itens para destacar, tanto a batedora como também a lágrima da deusa. E ele perder tempo no mapa é muito...
RMC to LA. Why LA?
gente. Agora a gente tá vendo menos de 500.
Nah, come on, Ray. Be fair to Trigo, man. Nobody expects the two-man gank on route to lane. Like 11 minutes. That was some fine cheese A7 just served up there. I'll give Trigo a pass on this. I don't think it's his fault. Oh. That, oh man. I mean, also technically not Skuro's fault. But yeah, this game's gone off the rails, which is really funny. I'm here for it. This is entertainment at its finest.
E assim, se tá sem visão, tem que abrir espaço, tem que sair, não pode ficar botando o pé nem no meio ali, né, numa posição que às vezes seria segura.
Oh, there we go, public execution, and the charm misses. Oh, Artie Gap, don't get greedy, buddy. If you screw this up, you die, Artie Gap, so. Hey, there we go. Drake Hero's doing work. I actually really appreciate A7 and how aggressive they're trying to play. Their redemption kill.
É isso daí, já consegue então mais objetivo e agora as proezas fechadas.
Wait, Ray, what do you mean why? What are you whying? Why did they come back? Or why do I appreciate A7? Or why did Makes do what he did?
Já tem o céu dividido, só que o Trigo ainda não fechou essa força da Trindade, né? Tá, agora sim, fecha esse primeiro item. Foi bom que eu já ia dizendo, já são 12 minutos e meio.
Shrinker? Oh, because Makes is supposed to lane into Chiari, so. Also, both solo laners are AP. So unless Makes lanes into Skuro, which is the probably rarest configuration, Hex Shrinker gets value.
Comparado ao jogo passado, acho que é jogo que é difícil de tirar da cabeça, né? Que o Fla teve tanta vantagem e não conseguiu vencer.
It's also cheaper than the Eclipse, and we'll do more. Oh, he was being bit. Good question, actually. I didn't even think about that. Shin used to have some AP skillings, but I think the damage was still physical. Hold on, let me check what Jinjal abilities. Does he have anything that skills AP? Sorry, I want to cover the minimap because. Oh, excuse me. That's physical damage. That's physical damage. Physical damage. Oh, Audacious Charge is magic damage. There we go. He's E. So it's probably low enough that it just procced it. Yeah. Dude, his AP skillings actually used to be half decent. So some people used to build AP when he first came out, his everything was just broken. It was just overtuned when he first came out, but yeah. I mean, I'm okay with just Audacious Charge doing magic damage. It's just one ability, and the skillings on it aren't the big issue. So it's just funny. Personally, I feel like physical damage spells should not have significant AP ratios, and vice versa. Like the fact to me that, yeah, like that some of these like physical or yeah, some of the physical damage stuff can scale off AP is kind of weird. Oh, Gary's getting picked. Yeah, I think this one's just a Flamengo win at this point. I don't think we're going to see a comeback from A7. To be fair, I also didn't think we were going to see a comeback from A7 last game, so I could be wrong. But unless Flamengo like really hard troll a fight, which they did last time, they have skilling on their side. Like, surely they don't screw this. True, this game is a Fiesta Ray, but I am here for it. I would rather a Fiesta game than a boring, dumb, like, bad throw game. At least it's funny. Also, again, I appreciate that A7 is still making a lot of proactive moves. It's just not working out because they're too far behind. But they were trying. They actually kept the goal pretty even for quite a while. It's only in the last 5 minutes that they've really lost control. Or last, not even 5 minutes, like 3 minutes that they lost control. There's actually a window right now they could play for. There's a chance A7 can win a fight if they can get critical targets in the equalizer long enough. Or disentrolls his own team and Cataclysm to Scaries. I don't think A7 starting this up is the way this happens, but we shall see. Chiari might get caught in rotation. I think there's a ward there. Oh, nice steal from Dizzen. A7 need to fight, but Chiari's not close enough. Chiari can't cook him. Dude, Drake Hero's doing so much work, bro. Drop the equalizer. He's overheated. He can't do it. Drop it, drop it, drop it, drop it. Oh my goodness, that was such a bad. Okay, that's fine. Skuro's carrying. I can't believe this. I can't believe this. This is crazy. Let's go. This is so good for This is so funny.
Cara, que luta bagunçada foi essa daqui. O time do Flamengo não tinha algumas ultimates muito importantes.
Exactly. That's the right mentality. That's why we watch CD for these moments. Drake Hero though did so much work. This is crazy. The heal, the sustain bought so much time. And I was screaming here, but Chiari was overheated, so he couldn't drop equalizer. That's so sad. If he drops equalizer right here, dude, this fight would have been so much better. But as it stands, they still managed to get all the kills except for one. So it's a 4 for 3 at the end of the day. They do lose Herald though, which is kind of critical because Herald's really where the money's at, and now Flamengo got to use it. But I understand why they did it, and so I'm not like super upset that they kind of went for it. It was just really iffy. I think ideally you want to sit back a little bit, and just do the face off till Chiari gets there. But this is no excuse. Oh wow. Keep running, Telas. Don't look back. Telas is gonna. Oh, okay. It's soul point, by the way. Flamengo have done a great job locking down dragons really well. Really done. CD has never lost at Worlds. LCK has. True. That be facts. Brazil's tier 2 is undefeated at Worlds. Oh. Oh, there's no equalizer. You know what? I salute Drake Hero. He did that to save his AD carry. Man was truly playing for the team. Respect. Respect. Equalizer just came off cooldown and got dropped to clear the midwave. Okay. That's fine. They didn't lose the turret to Herald at least, so not the end of the world yet. It's just primed. It's primed. Honestly, Flamengo is playing better. Like, if not for the fact that they randomly screwed their early game for funds. I'm looking at you, Telos, for this. Telos is... This series has not been it. Bro's been... This is old school VKS Telos we're seeing here. He feels like he's invincible. He is not correct.
Mas no conjunto me parece que o time do Flamengo ele lida melhor depois que ele já tem essa sua itemização praticamente completa. Então, essa vantagem agora e a ponto de alma, isso daqui tá ótimo para os rubro-negros, mas tem que continuar atento, um vacilo e a Alpha 7 pode voltar.
É, porque eles já fizeram uma luta boa, né? Por mais que não tenham conseguido levar melhor, perderam ainda o Arauto, eles lutaram bem. E é um time que nessa hora pode ser realmente mais cascudo, vão tentar fechar o Envy, o Telas tá ali por trás.
Chegada já com essa carga de profundidade, colocou dispersados fracos para jogo, mas ainda 3x1 do
Wow, Envy getting caught was kind of not my cards after last game. He played last game so well, but that's actually huge for A7. That's a better catch than the last getting caught. Problem is, Telas getting caught led to a dragon. Envy getting caught, maybe a turret? Not even a turret, never mind.
Mas essas jogadas elas vão atrasando, né? Vão atrapalhando o jogo do Fla.
E de pouquinho em pouquinho o time da Alpha 7 vai voltando. A gente falou bastante no jogo 1 sobre os picos do Flamengo que tinham algumas quedas logo após e muito disso foram por causa das fights. Pegaram agora o damage, mas a Maleona vai conseguir escapar.
E ainda desvia dessa corrente da corrupção. Segundo tempo da fight.
Okay. Yeah, Skrull going down's the problem. Skrull was like the big carry for a lot of these fights where they're coming back. I appreciate they tried, but yeah, this one's kind of over, I think. Unfortunate.
Não sofre eliminação, só agora o damage. 3 eliminações a 1 agora a favor do time do Flamengo, conseguem levar melhor. O Random Gap tem que sair de fininho aqui e vai conseguindo proteger essa T2 da rota do meio. Só que é mais uma luta, é mais ouro, mais vantagem pro time do Flamengo que agora quer saber do Atacan.
É isso daí, já chegamos nos 20 minutos, então esse objetivo já está disponível. E aí a gente está vendo que gastaram muita coisa para cima do damage, né? Alguns recursos importantes. E sabendo disso, o time do Fla faz esse re-engage.
Yeah, this is kind of just wallet and scaling diff. Also, they got the pick first on Skuro. With how low they are, if Skuro was there, maybe they could have turned it. Like, it's actually possible. It just makes that match all that sadder, unfortunately.
E agora, aí, 4.000 de ouro. Só que do outro lado, Chiari fechou o seu segundo item. E agora, essa maldição sanguinária, ela tem um potencial de complicar a vida do adversário.
A gente já acabou de ver a Alpha 7 virar um jogo muito mais perdido que esse, né? Mas o Flamengo, como a gente vem falando, tá com o jogo mais encaminhado, parece, né? Uma composição que não vai ficar pra trás, que não tá jogando contra um outscale, e eles estão levando a melhor. Inclusive, quando a gente tava no replay, eles fizeram um atacante, então ficou pra eles aí mais um objetivo. Tem daqui 1 minuto a alma infernal, uma alma que pode ajudar muito eles a fechar esse jogo, e eles estão conseguindo levar melhor nas lutas também, né? Pode não ter sido por muito nessa, mas conseguiram ter essa vantagem. São 3 itens aí no corpo do trigo, tá bem forte também.
É, e tem coletor, então aquele poder de execução que já tinha com a Syndra por conta da sua ultimate, agora tem também com o trigo. Então é mais dano crítico, é esse poder de execução com o dano verdadeiro. Então o time do Flamengo muito bem itemizado nesse momento da partida, com menos de 30 segundos aí para a chegada desse que pode ser o dragão da alma deles.
Rush is answering
Já tá bem
a message.
Do Flamengo. Já estão circulando aqui esse pitch do dragão, e o Chiari tá lá na parte de cima, mas sem TP, ele tá descendo a pé.
And also nothing was happening, so that was a good time while they were just resetting.
Porque todo posicionamento aqui por enquanto é do Flamengo.
E um passinho em falso vai iniciar a fight. Aqui já tem Gator vindo pra cima do Random Gap, consegue
already Gap got caught. Yeah, Envy's hit the critical point where he's just outplay button. GG. This might end up being kind of like what we saw a bit with Kaboom yesterday, where it's just like whichever team has better scaling wins the game. Because neither team's able to get a big enough lead early. Like A7's early game is weaker than Flamengo's, and Flamengo's mid game is worse than A7's. So yeah, I don't think either team can close out the game fast enough that scaling doesn't come online.
O jogo já não tava fácil, aí na hora que você tem que disputar um dragão infernal, uma alma infernal, só um pick-off, aí seu mid laner cai, a vantagem de ouro tá aí na casa dos 5.000, tiveram uma vantagem, né, uma desvantagem muito grande de early game, um jogo que eles praticamente não conseguiram brigar contra o melhor early da competição, e aí agora o jogo tá bem na mão do time do Fly, essa alma infernal vai ajudar muito a fechar o jogo.
É, e a vantagem de ouro dá uma estabilizada de certa forma, fica ali na casa dos 4.000, entre 4 e 4.500. O time do Fla continua colocando essa pressão, só que parece que
they can enter game before it does though. True, they could enter game.
Objetivos neutros e
I mean, A7 kind of entered this game, I don't know.
Pouco mapa, de fato, eles conseguiram conquistar. Então, precisa fazer um pouco mais esse trabalho de adiantar a linha de visão, conseguir levar essas torres. Não é uma composição que leva a torre tão rápido assim, mas é uma composição que consegue fazer um bom cerco. Tendo Cork, tendo a própria Syndra também para fazer esse trabalho. E eu sinto que o Flamengo ainda não
Flamengo you say that, Lunar, but that actually happened last game. You, like I said, 8.2k gold deficit comeback, so...
Tá a ponto de ser coletado, porque até uma vitória já vai cair no chão direto. O time da Alpha 7 não tem nem posicionamento para ir lá contestar, para tentar brigar. E a Alpha 7, por sua vez, não vai conseguir chegar nas torres do time do Flamengo, né? Não tem esse posicionamento, consegue limpar muito na frente ali no de Minas o trigo. E repara que a postura já é pro Barão, viu? Já estão pensando no Barão.
Carga de profundidade lançado, consegue knockar pra cima de 2 jogadores e aí engage com essa belíssima ancorada. Chegada de flash do damage, espalha essa movimentação com a sua ultimate pra jogo. E é isso, esfria por um pouco, mas ao primeiro passo em falso vai ter engage.
Foram 2 ultimates gastas, uma de cada lado, e o time do Flamengo, obviamente, tem a vantagem por conta da sua itemização, tá muito melhor nesse momento do jogo, mais de 5.000 de vantagem, e eles...
8.2k is acceptable, 8.2k is egregious, okay. Is this the fight that they need? Can they find the turnaround here? If Teles doesn't just die right from initiating again? Oh, they actually pulled out damage. Oh, Skuro's dead. If Skuro can create space, I actually believe this guy can help turn this. Equalizer's still available as well. This is a choke point. Like, they won the fight, but they lost the war. They lost inner turret, and Trigo still has inside track on this. Wait, can they find makes? No, they can't. Okay. The setup there is not good. And Draco doesn't have Crescent Guard anymore. And Skuro stuck in base. This is really bad for A7. I think this is going to be GG for A7. Yeah, it's GG. Okay. I mean, I appreciate they tried. They didn't just go quiet and that good night. They actually fought the entire way. Yeah. Okay, GG. Your idea is small, Lunar. We have very different ideas of small. I'll put it that way.
Aquele espaço de mapa e levar as torres, como eu tava falando. E cara, aqui o time da Alpha 7, por mais que tivesse jogador a mais nesse momento.
Yeah, that equalizer was not ideal. Like I get it, but I think you just need to be centered a bit more around that area. Oh, so poor Chiari has not had good setup this game. Most of the time, Teles is dying too early. Like, I don't want to put it all on Teles, because especially these later fights, he's too squishy. But I am going to put it all on Teles, because he was the one who screwed them early game, and that's why he's squishy. So, that's on him. Yeah, 9.3. Surely Flamengo can't throw from a 9.3k gold advantage.
Barão sem nenhuma dificuldade, agora vão chegar pra cima da base do time da Alpha 7, que já não tem mais muito como se defender, né? A composição dele já tá tomando um certo outscale, o Varus ele tá de letalidade, então a cada alguns segundos ele tenta uma habilidade que nem machuca tanto o time do Flamengo. A situação é dificílima nesse jogo pra eles.
É, e aquilo que você tava falando, né, GSTV? O Varus de attack speed aqui poderia ter um valor um pouco.
Okay, they just need to close it out. With Baron, this should be low-key, the game-breaking push.
E agora o time do Flamengo com toda essa vantagem não precisa parar, eles só precisam pressionar para levar a essas torres.
Yeah, with the Infernal Soul too, the poke hurts.
Terço da sua vida só com as barragens de mísseis. Tem catapa bufada aí, alvejando a T2 lá no meio do mapa, empurrando também a torre tier 3.
Okay, there we go, the wave's finally in. Mid lane inhibitor almost went down to that siege cannon.
Alpha 7 não pode sair da base, né? Tem que tentar o máximo possível limpar o de Minos, mas sem se expor muito a T3.
Another minute 30, that's 3 waves.
Prejudicada, a qualquer momento ela já deve cair também. E as ondas de Minos vão chegando pelo meio,
oh.
Pode segurar.
Okay, and V lives. That's huge.
Chegada dessa redenção para auxiliar um pouquinho no regen de life. E agora é pressão quase que total. Makes na rota central, tem tentativa de lançar o charme, o Random Gap não encaixa no Dizzy.
And the siege cannon lives. The siege continues. The base is broken.
Leva a torre tier 3 da rota inferior, leva também esse inibidor e no mid tem torre tier 3 também sendo alvejada com os minions bufados pelo bônus de barão.
Honestly, I'm quite surprised Chiari is actually able to consistently clear out those siege cannons mid. One more? Ooh, they left range. Wait, they trolled Dizen. It's fine, Dizen lives. They are far ahead enough, that doesn't matter. They did troll him though. Okay, there we go, that's GG. Oof. Corky works, the Flamengo comp takes off. As much as I want to take credit, calling the Flamengo comp the better comp, it wasn't about composition this game either. These games have not been about composition.
Condução de super minions pela parte de baixo do mapa. A mão do Barão acaba de acabar e o último de pé, o Chiari, o Death Timer ainda tá alto para seus aliados.
I'm a lot less worried about A7 being tilted after this game because it's one specific player basically that kind of messed everything up. So, and we've seen Telas too do this on VKS in the past academy, and he was fine. Like he's probably just so used to doing stuff like that that I don't think it'll shake his mental. He'll be fine. So coming back to game 3. One game apiece. I'm looking a little bit for skilling insurance between these two teams. With Rumble gone and Renekton gone, I think that's... Is there another... Yeah, I think that's most of the early game, like, top laners taken out, so... It should be fine after this. Oh, Cassante too, yeah. Well, Cassante's got pretty decent late. He just becomes a different... has a different role late. Yeah. If anything, I guess the big question is, does Flamengo just go blue side for game 3? And try and pick a power pick. I think 80 carry wise, there's no like super big 80 carry left, except for Yunara, who's going to be perma banned this series anyways.
quando foram chegar nas lutas ali Arauto, por exemplo, era vantagem de nível, vantagem de ouro, vantagem de item.
Yeah, I low-key think that giving the...
No começo, mas foi um jogo que...
Oh, no, so other way around. A7 gets side select. I think A7 takes blue side, sorry. And then continues to do this and force this. Because it's funny that Flamengo now have to ban Orianna and Yunara, so if you can keep forcing that, that's good. And then maybe you open up Trundle for Drake Hero or Noxian for, like, he can play these. So maybe you just open one of those up and you pick it yourself. I did like the fact that they went blue side, open up the Rumble like we called, though. I do think that's the right call for A7. Or Orianna potentially if they don't ban Ori, and then you just play, yeah, engage comp with ball delivery.
Gostei bastante também no desempenho do Makes com essa Sambessa, que foi sempre muito on point com as execuções públicas. E definitivamente era um desafio muito grande para a Sete conseguir retomar essa partida. Tiveram algumas fights legais, mas percebe que eles sempre saíam perdendo alguma coisa.
Sim, e nessa fight em específico, por mais que eles tenham conseguido uma eliminação logo cedo, mas eles perderam muita vida em quem continuou vivo. E esse foi o problema, eles quiseram se estender e acabaram praticamente selando a partida, porque depois disso foi Baron e com o bônus de Barão o time do Flamengo conseguiu fechar o jogo.
E assim, né, o jogo já estava muito bem dominado, era difícil para a composição virar. Essa alma infernal também acho que ela ajuda muito a decretar no final do jogo. O Alpha 7 não
This game for Flamengo, I guess
domínio de objetivo, domínio de dragão, domínio de
MVP would be somebody in the bot lane, no? Since they're the one who kicked off all that chaos. MVP, tell us for game 2.
Realmente não deu chance, né?
Flamengo, tell us.
Alpha 7 escolhe então um lado vermelho pro próximo confronto, esse que tá empatado em 1-1 nesse momento aqui na nossa final da chave inferior, mas a gente vai saber o resultado, como vai ser.
I mean, I think everybody on Flamengo actually kind of played their role. They didn't throw this game. They bounced back well.
Então Circuitão volta já já.
Yeah, this game would not be the one that decides MVP. Let's put it that way, because I think everybody's just too balanced and equal and even. Oh, that reminds me. We didn't do this yesterday because it wasn't a 3-0, but I was gonna look into BTT. So let's do it during this break actually. It's better Twitch TV or something like that. Better TTV.
Muito mais do que a bolsa do Brasil. Com você, forjando talentos e investidores.
How to enable better TTV on Twitch channel? Is that how this works? How do I enable? Oh, this is 7 years ago. Hot damn.
Na mente de qual jogador você já construiu apartamento?
So you go to settings menu. Wait, can I get something like a little bit closer to like this year? Because the Twitch menus have changed a lot.
E na vida real? Você já tem a sua casa própria?
Na vida real, eu alugo um apartamento com mais 6 pessoas, né? Então eu divido aluguel. Aí é mais de boa financeiramente falando pra mim, eu não tenho que pagar o aluguel sozinho, né? Mas do futuro eu penso em ter o meu próprio, porque é bom ter minha privacidade, né? Ter o meu lugar ali, meu lugar especial. E é isso, também pretendo comprar pra minha família, que é as pessoas que eu gosto. E é isso,
Okay, I am.
Tô olhando meu dinheiro, tô investindo meu dinheiro.
Well, we have to use the channel, I guess. I hate watching videos of this sort of stuff, but is it in the description?
Log into something like this.
Ooh,
So
that
emote.
was really loud.
Emotes, we can upload an emote. So we'll browse shared emotes. So here's a bunch of emotes that you 7. So if we go up to my dashboard even, this will be in my emote. Any emote added is in that browser.
Oh, so you have to manually add them?
Means that we're able to use this on Twitch. 7TV is still there from the last one we did. And I can put my little Kirby in the chat and I can just send it. There's my little Kirby that I just back over to here and we go back onto dashboard. That's a simple way of adding emotes. Again, we can upload.
So you have to manually add each emote
We can allow
into the
emotes
thing.
to channels, contact email, approval.
No
messages,
shot.
They grant me permission, so
That can't be right. Okay, let's try and see this one then.
Faces, quick tutorial where I'm going to show you how to enable BTTV and Frank Your Faces to OBS Studio. I saw a few comments on the video I made for how to add this extension to Streamlabs, asking if it is available up the screen as well as down the browser. So after you do that, load up OBS Studio enabled on your browser. So after you do that, load up OBS Studio. And so if someone tries to put in an emote, it's going to come.
Wait, how do I enable it? They all just say it. Oh, I have it enabled, but like, how do?
Hello and welcome to emotes to your chat. On my stream, it's steve.com. So you're gonna head over
So you go to Better
to
TV.
this website. From there, you're going to download it to whatever browser you're using. Once you have it downloaded, head over to Twitch. Okay, this is my channel, it's a buddy of mine. Better TTV settings. So now button right here.
Okay, wait. So I have to give me a sec. I gotta install this. Okay, allow for Twitch and YouTube. Okay. Then go to my twitch.tv.
And you're going to click Better TTV settings. So now once you have these settings up, you want to make sure that Better TTV emotes is on. Better TTV GIF emotes are also on, obviously moving ones. You're going to want to make sure the right here, the Frank Your Face emotes are on, and I personally use the emote menu. I think it's way cleaner than the actual emotes. You can also do a bunch of other cool things here, so I encourage you to look through them, like auto-claiming channel points, as well as you can add actually a host button to your stream. So once you've done that, once you turn them on, you might have to refresh your chat, but if you were to go down to the emotes right here, and there they are. So you'll see them, you can click on them, and you can send them directly to the chat.
We're doing Roblox. Wait, what?
Frank Your Face channel modes.
What are we doing Roblox for?
That's super easy.
Oh, wait, hold on.
But if you were to go down to the emotes right here, and there they are. So you'll see them, you can click on
Okay,
them.
I think I need to refresh because I'm not seeing the emotes.
And same with the Frank Your Face channel modes down here. That's super easy. Find the extension that is for your browser. Download it. If you have any questions, feel free to comment below. I'll do my best to assist you. If you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe. I'm going to try and do as many tutorials.
Oops, I didn't mean to click that. Wait, so from what I understand, it sounds like this is enabled like by people watching. It's not being enabled by like the channel itself, right? Like I can't, like I don't enable it for you guys. It just is. Yeah? Is that right? But you have to enable it to show, no? Like on my, like for me to see it or for you all to see it? Like you guys see it on. In other channels it emote shows, but okay. Wait, how do I? Okay, emotes. Let's see this, Bonka.
E já estamos de volta para o nosso jogo 3 aqui da nossa final da chave inferior, valendo vaga na grande final. Até o momento tudo empatado, 1-1 entre
emote appears
Alpha
in other
e
channels.
Flamengo. E agora a gente vai pro jogo 3 e já chamando eles, os Pixibans, na nossa telinha. E olha, GSTV, coisas interessantes aqui.
Oh shoot,
O
they're
Nock
okay. They're into draft.
foi o chip do time
Yeah, I'll continue to try and fix this
After,
after, but
yeah.
yeah. For now though, we do have draft, so let's try and we'll do the draft first, and then we'll yeah. in the breaks.
Cresceu ainda mais, porque ele
But
tava bom, já tava num bom momento, e aí ficou...
yeah, evidently I still don't know what I'm doing here. So okay, A7 have opted for freaking red side. So we're still just prioring red side here. I hate this. Like, is the counter pick that important? I feel like getting you get a free ban basically if you're blue side against Flamengo, because now they have to ban Ori and Yunara. Okay, well, Callista Jin ban against Skuro. So they're trying to take away his laning dominance and trying to force him to skilling. I actually have no problem with that. I think skilling's fine. I don't think Zeri into Kaisa is the best idea though. Ooh. Hey yo, Triss would be spicy. Okay. So yeah, we're just going for insurance and scaling. I'm curious to see if Flamengo will actually be able to find a way to dive that back line, because yeah, so far I have not been sold by Flamengo's ability to play mid to late. No, we are going Camille into Jax? No shot. I don't think that's a good matchup. And Camille already has it kind of rough, so. Okay, Sion's fine. But you've got Sion. I need, like, Azir? Azir's open. Like, I feel like you need something that can just sit back and take advantage of that tanky front line. You could also go for something diving, like Silas, but I don't think that's a great idea. I mean, yes, NV Silas is good, but... Yeah, they're going for that instead. They're just going for a meatball dive comp. A7, rather than LeBlanc for A7, I think just something that was so like Victor would just absolutely wreck Flamengo right now. Is there a hard dive comp? Or like even Galio would not be bad here actually. You just taunt the entire enemy team. I personally would like Anivia. I don't think Anivia is very competitive. Don't do Talia, man. Talia is not it. We are freaking going Talia. Talia is not it. I do not like this draft. I do not like where this draft has gone. Oops, sorry. That snuck onto my screen. What do you want? Galio would be too low on damage. I mean, you've got a Zeri and you got a Jax, right? Plus Nico, so that's why I thought like you could kind of get away with the Galio here. I think Galio would be an okay pick. But, yeah, as it stands, I think Talia was kind of like the worst of both worlds. You're not great at team fight and you're low on damage. So, great. You are neither here nor there. Yeah, Flamengo is a pretty straightforward dive comp. I don't hate it. Normally, actually, I think the comp would be pretty good. Talia is one of Silas's hardest lane counters. My problem is that I think most lanes already beat Silas in laning anyways. So you don't need a lane counter. And at best, you maybe stall Silas into like 2 levels or half an item with the Talia compared to something else. So, yeah, I just don't think it's worth it. You're just delaying the inevitable. And on top of that, too, you're not picking Silas for the early game anyways, so to a very large extent, who cares? And then the problem is now late game. What is Talia going to do against the Sion, the Nocturne, the Kaisa? Okay, fine. At least you can try and put the minefield and maybe stop the engage coming through. But Sion will just happily run through that anyways. I don't know. I'm very not sold by Talia pick here. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Strong dive comp. If anything, ironically, actually, I'd have given this higher marks. If it wasn't Flamengo, but I'm not so. Actually, no, it's Dizen. Dizen's Nocturne's good. Okay. Yeah, I like the comp. I think it's 4 out of 5. Solid. My only concern is trying to dive into a Jax Skarner. Nico feels really, really bad. Again, if this was like Galio or Victor, I think this comp would be a lot better. 3.5. Yeah. Like Zeri's quite mobile, so she should be able to kite around. And with that sort of front line, there is a world I think A7 plays out the late game well. The mid to late game well with this comp. It is definitely it's got a bit more options I think than the Flamengo style, but the Flamengo is very, very simple. It is literally we are just all going in together. Dive comp, nice and simple. Meatball comp, nice and simple. If they get a hit, they should stay a hit theoretically. To a very large extent, my biggest question mark is this pick for RD Gap, the Talia pick. Let's see if we can make it worth it. I am just personally not sold on Talia. And I remember seeing a stat yesterday somewhere that Talia's got an atrocious win rate in CD. So I'm just going to check what
tentar trazer pouquinho mais
The
cedo
stats are
a
for
Thalia
CD.
no mapa, a Nick, pouquinho mais de mobilidade, tentar levar esse começo aí pouquinho melhor.
Oh, this was a mistake. I should have done this
Porque
first.
Na rota inferior, a tendência é que a bot lane da Alpha 7, que passou perrengue nesse jogo 2, tem essa prioridade. Então, Anya, você
Okay,
tendo
so
essa matchup
Talia's win rate
fortes, eu acho que fica muito mais fácil você liberar o telas para impactar
is
o mid, por
40% across the entire year. And if I remember correctly,
pra Thalia rodar pelo mapa, e eles conseguiram
okay, so it's 41%. So it's not the worst, but it's pretty bad.
E liderou boa parte do jogo, inclusive no jogo 2 foi liderança de ponta a ponta.
Perfeito, lá. Eu acho que ainda assim a Nico, ela
Matchless. I just want to see who's. And
And
we're looking at RD Gap. RD Gap has won against Ori with it. Actually, wait, why am I doing it this way? I should do it this way. He's only played it once. Okay. That's fine. That's okay then. Okay. But I still tag Talia stats. I think a lot of people just were not very good Talia players. I think Talia as a whole has just fallen off quite a bit. Galio makes it easy for Silas to dive with Nocturne. Sorry, wait. Why does Galio make it easy for Silas to dive? If any, I get. Oh, okay, wait, never mind. You're right. I see what you mean. Sorry. As in that you hijack the Galio ultimate to go in. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Sorry, brain turned off for a second there. Okay, that's fair. Yeah. So maybe we don't do Galio. And then I guess Victor is the problem that he brings the Chaos Storm in with the dive, which already is kind of chaotic. Okay, I see your point. I guess that makes sense. You don't want to give him more tools. But to be honest though, already with the Nico ult and with the Jax ult, I already think there's going to be a lot of problems. Heck, even the Impale that he can steal is going to be potentially massive. I think Victor would be have been okay, and I think he, yeah, Victor's doing okay. Gallo is a little bit scary, to be fair. I think not the Gallo. That's fair. Or heck, even no, actually no, Yone would be a bad idea. Yone would work as well in terms of being aggressive, but the A7 comp wants to be defensive, so Yone would be a waste of a pick here. Yone can work almost anywhere.
Normalmente é isso, às vezes o Silas quer algo mais explosivo, mas não acho que seja o caso aqui, né, por conta da
Yone is better than Talia. It is, but I just think Yone would be a bit of a wasted pick here just because he does everything. Yeah, Yone again, dive ult, yes, but again, if you're worried about dive ults, I already feel like MV has enough tools at this point. And I think the Galio ult is a little bit scarier just because of the semi-global, the range it gives you. Do they need AP for against Han? I don't think you really need the AP. Between Blade of the Rune King and whatever Screw is pumping out, it should be enough to kind of melt through Zion. Resistances right now get outpaced by damage pretty significantly. Actually, wouldn't have to. Oh yeah, Karma would have been fine too. Yeah, I would like that too. I think that's a decent pick. And then you speed up your Zeri so that she can play safely. Ray, you dislike it? I don't know. I just don't see what Talia does to really stop a lot of the dive that's coming through. Is my issue with that particular pickup. Wow, these bot laners, Skuro and Trigo have been going. Okay, no, not just the AD carries. The bot lanes, because Telos and Damage are so trigger happy. These bot lanes have been trading non-stop. Holy crap. That's a little bit risky for Flamengo when you've got a Nocturne, because Drake Hero will happily gank this lane. Nocturne doesn't really gank it till 6. Ooh. Okay. Flashes from the supports. Never see Karma mid anymore. Well, Ray, if you watch North America side, there is a mid laner who plays Karma mid still quite regularly. Cupid, and he's going to be Cupic, sorry. And he's going to be in the promo relegation tournament next week. Or tier 3 to tier 2. I think he's on Zenshi Gaming? Oh. Holy crap. We are just sending these bot lanes. It's pretty good into Silas, yeah. Because you just outpoke him early. Like, again, most mid laners do. But Karma's early game poke is really, really nasty. And then you can shield some of his all-in. And you can tether and heal off of him trying to dive. And then he gets rooted. And then your team just gets to punish him. So it's pretty good. And then late game for this comp, it would have empowered your Jax and your Derry to be able to control range a lot better. Because really, this comp's a lot about just making sure Skuro gets space to do all the damage. Yeah, this is why I don't think you should be all-inning like crazy from the get-go. Like, Nocturne is not the strongest early jungler. Oh, good roam from Envy. Really good roam from Envy. Yeah, Talia not looking too good now, is she? Huh? The fact that Envy has a CS advantage and prio to roam is illegal. That is a tilter. I'm actually kind of shocked too, because I thought RD Gap was actually a pretty good mid laner, and I've been liking what he's been doing this split. So to watch him just fold against Envy, granted it is playoffs Envy, but to watch him fold against Envy like that is kind of painful. Oh, damn. That was pretty close.
Só que se ele voltar pra base agora, ele vai perder uma wave inteira e vai ficar muito atrás do Trigo.
Aqui a gente tem o Forte sendo rodado, o Machado sendo colocado pra jogo. Vem aí então o Escorpião, o Flash colocado adiante.
Damn, good clean gank from Drake Hero. And he gets away. I was actually thinking he might die to the Scion, but nope, he's in, he's out, he's clean. He's good. What the hell is happening down here? Oh! Nice, damage barely got away. Pretty jump close. Yeah, these ball lanes are hyphy, yeah. Nico probably went with the better supports as well to they want the better supports to be able to pick up the kills and the gold.
Caramba, e na verdade eu já tinha achado muito arriscado do Escuro ter continuado na rota, porque ele não tinha quase nada de vida em mana, então pra fazer uma troca era muito difícil, só que se ele fosse, ele iria perder muito XP, muito gold, seria muito difícil pra ele, e aí início o time do Fla agressivou, que eu até achei que foi o correto, né, a tentativa da kill, o problema é que não deu certo, o Escuro sai vivo, e com os dois flashes gastos, melhor pra tirador da 7.
Você falou certíssimo, Lágulas, era arriscado. Mas ali na individual, na mecânica, o Escuro conseguiu resolver, né? Ele com telas conseguiram levar melhor e aí correram um risco e o risco se pagou, porque conseguiram as eliminações, né? Quer dizer, uma eliminação aí na rota inferior e a vantagem de farm.
3 minutos no relógio, o primeiro dragão já, de certa forma, esquecido, exatamente privilegiando o lado da Alpha 7, mas o restante do Rio completamente escuro, névoa de guerra. A movimentação do Drake Hero já trazendo então esse seu escorpião para a parte de baixo do mapa.
Almost 6 soon.
Recuados não estão em perigo.
I think when he hits 6, that'll be when they kind of bounce back.
Que tem a Alpha 7 aqui pela rota inferior, força que a dupla recuar e o dragão acaba ficando mais aberto pro time da Alpha 7, tem um primeiro item com uma espada GPC, ali o escuro, né? Então ele já desenha que não vai pra uma build um pouquinho mais diferente, né? Pra vir ali pra Exoplaca, vem direto pra um tal.
Olha o Dizin, foi visto agora.
The struggles versus Gangster after 14. I mean, after 14, she's just a support, right? So I don't think she struggles. It's just a natural curve. Oh, Envy. Okay, Envy Silas is kind of built different. For better or for worse, it's built different. The Mango low-key throwing a little bit. Not quite as bad as A7 did last game, but yeah. They're throwing a little bit here. At least Disney picks up the scuttle, so they have vision if a dragon attempt were to start up.
Aquele dragão, né, o primeiro dragão do jogo, mas não fizeram isso. Agora são 30 segundos para as larvas, então o foco já sai um pouco aqui dessa bot lane, já vira para a rota superior, o próprio escuro já fez o reset, então não tá voltando para a rota de baixo, e vamos ver aí qual vai ser a movimentação do time do Fla também, porque essas larvas podem fazer bastante diferença, principalmente para o time da Alpha 7, que como falei, tem uma grande vantagem na side lane.
O Jax, né, campeão que se deixar sozinho ele acaba ali com as torres. Por enquanto, o top tá uma pequena vantagem de farm pro Makes, né? Mas ele já foi eliminado. E o Sion, ele tem
Isn't up here with Makes.
controle muito bom da fase de rota. A gente vê agora que o Flamengo chega primeiro pra garantir as
Interesting that A7's just kind of letting this slip by. Are they gonna go for Dragon? Yeah, surely they must go for Dragon here.
de contestar.
Eu até imaginei que o time da Alpha 7 fosse em peso lá pro topside. Então, o time do Flamengo fica com esse objetivo importante, ficam com todas as larvas. Só que eles não querem.
Ooh, this is actually kind of crazy.
Agora sim eles iniciam, só que vai dar tempo de contestar. O Dizin já tem nível 6.
Tá caindo bem devagarinho.
A7 could lose both objectives. Like, Grubs are already gone.
Até o Rio, que o damage já tá aqui na cola dele. Envy se aproximando, vem paranoia.
Yeah, and then with Paranoia, they just gap close. Oh my goodness, A7's full stunning.
É o momento da equipe do Fla, mais uma vez uma entrada.
Good steal from Flamengo. A7 just kind of caught slacking a little bit. They didn't have the vision on the Herald. They were so hesitant to start up Dragon.
E assim, era vantagem meio de ouro, de terreno do time.
That's sloppy. That's really, really sloppy.
Impedia a chegada do Flamengo.
Especially after you get the early kills. Like, there's zero reason for you to be that sloppy. Oh. That's fine. They just turn. Yeah.
Mas não teve dano suficiente pra devolver e fica só por isso.
I don't know what Envy's doing, man. He's feeling feisty today. Like, it's not hurting him too bad. I'm just surprised. Yeah. They felt like they just didn't know, didn't think that Nocturne would be able to cover both sides, but he's a semi-global.
Não conseguiu encaixar o E e aí teve que ultar meio que só pra sair. Jogada boa pra cima do Trigo agora. O jogo ele tende a dar aquela pequena acalmada, né? Porque os objetivos foram feitos. Então a gente tem aí
Really good spacing from RD Gap so far.
Pra nascer o Arauto e a tendência é ficar só mais farm agora, né, pros dois times.
Tá confirmado. Eu pensei que eu tinha... A minha memória não me traiu. Foram 3 mesmo.
Instituto Lagopédia de Informações confirma.
The insta-TP back in.
Tudo confirmadíssimo. O time da Alpha 7 tem um pouquinho de vantagem.
Just for a Phage.
De ouro nesse momento.
Não tinha nenhum.
I really do enjoy watching Envy on Silas.
Aí só podia andar até o
He plays very differently.
Se eu quisesse.
Almost BM sometimes.
Fica esperto aí.
I mean, it has burnt him, but by and large, it is very interesting and funny.
Mas o time do Fla conseguiu levar um dragão e também as 3 larvas. Então, o jogo, de certa forma, tá bem equilibrado por conta disso. Ainda mais que uma dessas kills que ficou pro time do Flamengo, né, a única até o momento, ficou nas mãos da Caixa do Trigo, que inclusive já fecha o seu primeiro item.
Quase 11 minutos no relógio. Já tá, então, criando uma vantagem de cerca de 1000 de gold, a equipe da Alpha 7. Eles têm a vantagem também nas presas de guerrilha, né? Eles conseguiram as 3 primeiras eliminações, enquanto o fator de monstros épicos de torre ainda tá em aberto.
É interessante que o Makes resolveu fazer o Resplendor vazio de primeiro item contra o Jax. O Jax, ele tem um pouco de dano mágico, mas a sua maior fonte de dano é de fato dano físico. Só que o Resplendor vazio ajuda muito nesse clear. Por mais que a capa de fogo solar, ela também tenha a brasa de Bami, mas o Resplendor vazio, ele dá essa explosão dos minions que faz com que eles sejam limpos muito mais fácil. Então a gente não tá conseguindo ver o Jax, por exemplo, pressionando e levando barricadas em cima desse Sion. Uma boa escolha aí do Makes, que vai freando de certa forma o grão-mestre das armas por enquanto.
Vai travando, né? Mas o Jax, ele tá no free farm também, né? Não tá tendo dificuldade pra escalar, pra fazer seus itens. Ainda um pouquinho distante, né, da Força da Trindade, seu primeiro item. Mas vai com tranquilidade, né? Vai farmando, a gente vê agora que ele pula, vai pra cima. O dano volta pra cima dele também. Só que, enfim...
This game feels so much slower. Oh, it is slower, I guess. It's only 4 kills, but it certainly feels like it. I think A7's just sitting back and kind of scaling. Low-key, I think they screwed their early game up, so... Like, considering the advantage they had, I feel like they screwed their early game up.
Por conta das pedrinhas aí da Thalia, mas ainda assim, ele machucou muito mais essa torre do que o próprio Jax, né? Considerando que era pra ser uma matchup legal, e aí o Makes vai se escondendo, né? Vai se escondendo,
Oh.
pra cima.
Agora vem a
Nice! Yo, that's really clean from Flamengo. That's Aaliyah, man. Like I said, not
Ele tomou o gap.
not the pick I would have wanted to see.
Agora a gente vê que tem mais jogada, o Drekiro vai tentar defender a torre.
But that was a really nice combo from Makes and Dizin.
que ele escapa com a
That charge was oof. Beautiful. Even though Makes dies, it's still kind of worth it. They got a decent amount of damage from the turret. Dragon 40 seconds. Okay. It might affect their ability to contest for Dragon. I think A7 should be trying to set up for that right now. And then just try and, yeah.
Vocês vão poder jogar Wild Rift, vai ter as finais da LTA também sendo transmitidas lá no local, a galera vai poder jogar 2XKO, então vai ter muita coisa legal, possibilidade de brindes exclusivos, ações com patrocinadores, então a gente aguarda vocês, garantam os seus ingressos pra gente se encontrar lá, fechou?
Bora, é isso aí, Runeterra FanFest, torcer, né, pras finais da LTA, tá lá todo mundo nessa torcida aí pelos times brasileiros, já estão se preparando aí, né, para essa reta final, ver quem consegue chegar. A gente vê agora a movimentação aqui do time do Flamengo, é para tentar garantir esse dragão que já tá vivo, viu? O dragão das nuvens. Por enquanto, são 2 objetivos a 0 pro time do Fla Red Dragon. E eles estão correndo aí para mais um.
See, that's the problem, right? Like, you had a window while Makes was still dead to set up for Dragon, and you kind of waited it out too long. Your one saving grace is that Makes has neither TP nor ult, but yeah, it still feels really dicey. Oh my goodness, this one just got free walk-in. That was pretty close. Oh, okay. Nice, well played from Chiari. He created so much space, and now Screw just gets to run them down. Oh, they all live! Oh. Look, I appreciate what Trigo tried to do. I do also find it very funny that he instantly just got melted.
Esse que foi o grande problema dessa luta. O Damage ele não teve follow-up e acabou ficando sozinho no meio de todo mundo e o escuro.
Ai.
Hey.
Neutralizado de milhões.
I think I got the thing to work.
Eu não gostaria de dar
The BTTV thing, I think is working now. I don't know if you guys can see that, but
Mas aí, ó,
yeah.
tudo começa.
Let me know after.
A gente tinha algumas ultimates ainda em aberto, né? Principalmente o ultimate da Kai'Sa.
It's pretty damn straightforward. It was a 5v port start, that's all. But I really love what Chiari did here, that sort of drive by into the top side.
Algo diferente da nossa última luta. E aí o Damage entrou, só que olha o problema.
He zoned out, he effectively zoned up the enemy team by just running through that way. And he lived on the other side, because he wasn't actually trying to kill. He was just trying to create space, which is the right call. Oh, can A7 do it again? Dizen's almost dead. There's no smite. Okay, yeah, this... Here's the throw.
Rapaziada, o jogo já tá bem assim, virando bem pra Alpha 7, né? 8-3 no placar, 2 objetivos agora pra cada lado.
This is the throw.
Parece que a gente já viu esse filme antes, né? O time da Alpha 7 virando aí nas lutas, conseguindo executar as lutas de uma forma muito melhor. O Makes agora leva aquela torre lá embaixo e com isso foi a primeira torre do jogo. Então tudo vai ser decidido aí nos objetivos em relação às proezas de força, já que o time da Alpha 7 conseguiu as proezas de...
So I'm just trying to think right now. It's only 1.6k gold advantage, it's 16.5 minutes. It's very playable, but...
Aqui nos playoffs, sempre que passou à frente em ouro nos 15 minutos conseguiu vencer. Dessa vez eles passaram à frente e vamos ver se eles...
It just feels kind of bad right now because of the way the last couple of fights have been very one-sided. Flamengo need to get their members there into the next fight. Because Makes was kind of absent with the second fight. The first fight he was late, and the second fight he just wasn't there. And also I think they need to start being a bit more proactive. Like, and by proactive, I don't mean like starting up an objective like they did at Herald. I mean, pull the trigger on isolated members of A7, ideally before the objective even spawns and A7 starts to group up. MV's been playing this game pretty well up to this point, so yeah. But they can't afford to take sloppy fights anymore. The team fights are not kind of in their favor right now, and they are behind gold. For a meatball comp, if you're ahead, you just snowball harder. If you're behind, it gets really, really tough.
objetivo a chegar vai ser esse dragão infernal, mas em seguida já tem o Atacan aprisionado, dando as caras na parte de cima do nosso rio. A vantagem de Gold ainda não tá gigantesca quanto poderia. A Alpha 7 tem ali cerca de 1.700 à frente e o próximo objetivo, inclusive, vai começar a criar essa tensão no ar para ver quem vai levar as proezas.
Interessante que quem tá melhor na partida do lado da Alpha 7 é o Drake Hero, mais uma vez de Skarner, né? Com 2 itens já fechados, 3-0-3. Ele que participou de praticamente todas as eliminações do time até o momento aqui no jogo.
And this Jax is also starting to become an issue, I guess. Like, I've not really noticed Kiara in the split push very much. I think Makes has been doing a good job kind of just holding him down, but I think he's going to start hitting the point soon where he's going to become that split push threat that Flamengo don't have a great answer into. Like, I don't think Silas actually wins that 1v1.
Já é muito relevante. E a Zeri, se ela ultar na luta, ela já consegue causar bastante dano. E olha aí o que vira a vantagem. Furacão de Runan. Então um item completinho aí nas mãos agora da Zeri. Que o Trigo ele até empata. Ele fecha a Guinso, só que ele tem a vantagem da porta fechada.
I'm not sure if Envy's doing Riftmaker or Leandry's. It should be Riftmaker.
Os itens conseguiram chegar aí pra Zeri. É um momento muito...
And I think when he completes Riftmaker, that's probably when Flamengo need to, at that point, just look for a dive pick somewhere. Okay, drag spawn, Chiari has TP, Envy has TP. Flamengo has full control over the area, but I don't know if they know that they are in control. Like, they have control wards here and here, but the bot side, they don't have control. Okay. Did they get Skuro? No, they didn't get Skuro. These fights right now devolve to, do we get Skuro? If yes, we win. If we don't get Skuro, then things get a lot more complicated. Like, I'm not going to say they outright lose, but it certainly gets a lot tougher. Oh, nice. They got Skuro! Trigo ended up behind him! Okay, then now they've got problems. Gary just finishes this off. Okay, maybe I should be a bit more specific. It comes down to, do we get Skuro without screwing ourselves? Because they got Skuro, but they also got Skuroed. Ay, that's a yikes.
Ele passou no campo da Thalia também.
E atordoadinho também chegou, ainda conseguiu utilizar a barreira, mas foi eliminado rapidamente. E aí sim, uma grande fonte de dano. Aquela caixa de 2 itens, com Guinso, com o Mata-Krakens também, com ela fora do jogo, ficou muito difícil pro time lá. E aí a gente já tá vendo que o dragão foi executado e é Double Dragon aí, então, pro time da Alpha 7.
E proezas de força, né? Fechou aí com o terceiro objetivo do jogo pra eles. Garantem aí o favorecimento das botas aprimoradas.
Perfeito, 21 minutinhos no relógio. O Atacan também nasceu, né? Quase que mesmo em simultâneo com o dragão. A gente consegue já observar a vantagem crescendo pro lado do Alpha 7, que já beirava os 2.000, agora já beira os 3.
It's still only 2.7. Like, the gold lead is creeping upwards. It's not like ballooning out of control. In a way, it's kind of worse because it gives you like the illusion that maybe there's a chance that you could still turn things around. When in reality, I don't actually know. It's really tough for the Flamengo comp. It's just getting tougher and tougher. Mostly just because they are a dive comp.
É o clone passando, a gente tem então a busca por visão, porque de novo a névoa de guerra se estabelecendo muito potente aqui pro lado do Flá, tá ótimo.
Okay.
Vai já derretendo a vida
This Atacan feels a little bit like a Hail Mary.
pra buscar um contingente pra fight, e por aqui o Makes fazendo essa
Yeah, they have to back off a bit.
alguém se movimentar e o Atacan na perseguição agora vai resetar.
Kiari's winning the 1v1, and then they just cut Makes off. There's no teleport. No flash, I mean, so he can't get out.
Dá aquela colisão contra a parede, mas a equipe da 7 tá todinha chegando. O pincel
Nice, good pop on the last gun.
volta pro meio da farofada, e aqui é paranoia ligada, mas não vai ter o tempo hábil pra escapar.
Okay.
Enquanto a fight vai render.
Dude, Kiari's Counter-Strike feels like it's perma up. Oh my goodness, that's kind of beautiful. But Skuro just rips him a new one, because, yeah, there's no threat on Skuro. Yeah. Okay, that's game. Or, not as in like game's over, but as in like that that's the game pretty much sealed in A7's favor. That's a big explosion that we're waiting for. The goal difference went up from 2.6 to 5K. It just doubled.
Poucos segundos antes. E cara, mesmo assim, a Zeri nesse momento tá muito fora de controle. E aqui eu senti que o time do Flamengo demorou pra engajar. O Mix ganhou muito tempo.
Yeah, I do. On one hand, I do appreciate the paranoia for Flamengo to say, okay, we're going to try and pull the trigger and try and keep Makes alive as much as possible, or take advantage of the fact that Makes is still around. But on the other hand, I also do think it came back to bite them pretty badly, that they tried to do that.
E tá perto agora do terceiro item, a Zeri do escuro, né? Conseguiram garantir o atacante quando a gente viu o replay. 5K200 de vantagem, uma boa vantagem também lá na selva e nas mãos do Drake Hero, mas é muito por conta desse ADC.
Yeah,
muito
tough
por
call,
você
tough
ter
call.
uma Zeri que tá escalando com muita tranquilidade no jogo. A gente ainda não tem uma definição grande porque assim, ficou um dos dragões, né, ficou pro time do Fly, então ainda não tá em ponto.
And that's the risk. So I guess a lot of these games are coming down to draft, huh?
Ainda não caíram tantas coisas, mas é já uma vantagem.
Like, who's just got the better late game? Because these teams can't get big enough leads to close out early.
E agora 1 minuto e meio mais ou menos pro próximo dragão, menos de 1 minuto também pro próximo barão. É o momento do time da Alpha 7 fazer um bom controle de visão, resetar, comprar mais pinks, voltar pra dominar de fato o local e continuar pressionando.
Yeah, at this point, basically, as long as Skuro doesn't throw early in the fight, they're gold. Giari can carry the rest of the fight, even if Skuro does go down at this point. And Flamengo's comp requires too much to take one of the carries out, much less two.
O objetivo ele tá nascendo aqui, né? Nasce primeiro o barão daqui a 20 segundos, antes ainda.
I know RD Gap's 4-1 and 6 as well. I'm still just not sold that this Talia was the right pick here.
Esse barão aqui aos 25 redondo é muito cedo, né? Não é tão simples assim de ser executado pelo time da Alpha 7, por isso eles já vão meio saindo, vão lembrando que o objetivo agora tá na parte de baixo.
Começam essa condução, contato pra cima do Erzinho, não tem tanto sucesso. Drake Hero só segurando, colocando pedrada pra jogo. Busca de poke também na distância do Random Gap com as suas pedras. E 30 sec pro dragão nascer. O barão acabou de dar as caras.
E vamos ficar de olho aqui em posicionamentos. Eu falei bastante sobre.
And this is only third Drake for A7 if they get it. So point.
Mas não tava chegando a nada. E dessa vez é o time do Flamengo que não tem qualquer visão no.
It looks like Drags kind of got delayed a little bit. I've seen this before though. A7 needs to leave just at least a little bit of vision to stop the Baron being taken. Oh, Flamengo's trying to ambush. TP's being called from Kiari. Do they know? They don't know. Yeah, okay. Nice. Really, really good pick from Flamengo. Can Kiari actually carry the rest of this fight? Maybe not. He gets empty. Drake Hero's so tacky. The hell? They actually carry. Kiari actually carries the rest of this fight. Holy crap. Drake Hero is so tanky. That is disgusting, though. They had no way to cut through him. He literally sat on top of Trigo the entire time. And Trigo is still sustaining damage. Oh, he didn't have Nash's Tooth, but still. That was such a good engage from Flamengo, though. Like, the bait, and they just ignored Kiari and Drake Hero to find the backline. Great call. They're just too far behind. Oh my goodness. Drake Hero just ignored everything. This took a while. Ace is also very tanky. And without Skuro, it's a bit hard to cut through him.
350 stacks no coração de aço. O Skarner nesse momento com quase 5 de vida.
4 sec 5-4.
Filhão. E vai tomando que ele foi pra Sterac de terceiro item, tá?
Ele tá carregando, né? Não quer saber de mais nada.
Correto, eu faria o mesmo. Então um pouco mais de dano pra ele, mais vida ainda, mais proteção. Cara, tá muito grande nesse momento e uma fight que eu tava desacreditado. Eu falei, o Fla vai voltar agora. Até que não, né?
Eles estavam prontos pra ganhar a luta, talvez fazer o barão, né? Estavam na cara ali do objetivo e iniciaram muito bem pra cima do escuro, mas mesmo assim, né? Segurou o jogo ali do Drake Hero, mais uma iniciação.
Paranoia lançada, vem já então esse florescer repentino pra paralisar e apagar o Dizim.
Ele acabou sobrando, né? O Trigo foi pra cima, mas não conseguiu achar nada, agora é pra cima dele.
Vai sobrar também, GSTV, é vôlei entrelaçado, é também essa explosão de dano que o escuro aplica. Paranoia lançada, vem já então.
pra cima do escuro, mas mesmo assim, né, segurou o jogo ali do Drake Hero, mais uma iniciação.
Paranoia lançada, vem já então esse florescer repentino pra paralisar e apagar o Dizim.
Ele acabou sobrando, né? O Drake foi pra cima, mas não conseguiu achar nada, agora é pra cima dele.
Vai sobrar também, já esteve volante entrelaçado. É também essa explosão de dano que o escuro aplica. Sem caçadores, sem carregador. Qual que é a situação do Flamengo?
Aqui tem que fazer barão o time da Alpha 7. Eles já vão se deslocando pra lá. O Drake Hero tá muito confortável aqui no Rio. Por mais que o time do Fla tenha um pouco de visão, né? Tinha, porque foi retirado agora. Eles não tem como fazer a contestação. Então, pro Flamengo aqui, só resta tentar empurrar as ondas do mapa, tentar ganhar tempo e tirar um pedacinho de tempo de barão do time da Alpha 7.
Eles nem tentam nada, né? Não tem caçador, não tem o que fazer, não tem o que tirar dessa situação, porque isso aí ia entregar mais ouro, mais eliminação. Vantagem boa de ouro agora do time da Alpha 7, vai voltando pra base, fecha ali a Zônia já, o Jax, né, do Chiari. E é voltar pro mapa e tentar fechar esse jogo. A Alpha 7 uma grande vantagem agora.
É isso daí, né? Quase 9.000 de ouro de vantagem. E eles têm a possibilidade de abrir um pouquinho mais o mapa agora, né? Essa aqui é uma composição que não é tão boa assim pra fazer cerco, né? Tem algumas habilidades que podem ajudar um pouco nesse cerco, mas não é a melhor composição pra isso. Só que agora eles têm o bônus do barão, estão muito melhor em itemização também. 3 itens aqui nas mãos de vários jogadores do time da Alpha 7. E o Makes foi pra suzerano. Escolha interessante também pra esse Saia.
Fechou ali, ó. Na verdade, roubou a ult do Skarner, né? O Envy vai tentar com a ult do Drake Hero criar alguma coisa, fazer alguma coisa. Mas assim, gente, o alvo principal deles agora tem que ser o próprio Skarner. O Skarner e o Jax, não é mais a backline, a Zeri. E isso que dificulta muito. Você tá 10k de ouro atrás e tem que matar um paredão de HP.
Só que aí você tem um problema, né? Você tem quase 5.000 de vida no Skarner, que tem 151 de armadura e 134 de MR. E aí é a Caixa pra tentar deletar ele. Basicamente é isso. Só que o problema é a Caixa conseguir fazer isso. Que a gente viu o senhor tapão que ele tomou daquela vez e foi suprimido agora. Pegaram o Chiari.
Supressão pra debaixo da torre, vai brilhar em dourado com as suas zonas e alguns instantes devolvendo dano. Flash pra sair pra esse recuo, na verdade foi só o saltinho, salto atacante. E agora sim, é pressão pra debaixo das torres de Nexus. A batida da Alpha 7 é pra acabar. Vem agora a Paranoia ligada, torre se repetindo pra paralisar, já consegue apagar com sucesso. Simplesmente caçador e suporte já era, vão pra mais. Apagam o Makes, o Trigo sobrevivendo com os 6 pingos de vida que lhe restam. E nesse momento é um ace pra equipe da 7, que marcha pra cima do Nexus aos 30 minutos e abre a vantagem na série com vitória no jogo.
A onda laranja prevalece nesse jogo 3 aqui do Circuitão e a Alpha 7 sai à frente 2-1 na série nesse momento. Um jogo que dessa vez foram eles que dominaram desde o começo, foram criando pequenas vantagens, dominaram bem os objetivos e em algumas lutas até inacreditáveis com o Skarner e Imortal, eles conseguiram essa grande vitória. Eu tô até agora, já tentando entender aquela luta.
É difícil de acreditar, né? De entender como que isso aconteceu, que era um 2x5, né? Tudo bem, já tinham sido mais machucados e tudo mais, só que mesmo assim, Skarner e Jax conseguiram trazer a luta de volta e eu acho que isso deu uma atordoada nos jogadores do time do Flamengo, porque não sabiam mais, era difícil entender como fazer pra voltar pro jogo.
Vai fazer o quê, né? Depois que você consegue aquele super engage, cara, o posicionamento do Flamengo foi muito bom, o damage chegando na backline, tiraram a Zeri, que tava sendo difícil de ser encontrada no meio da fight, Anya. E ainda assim, eles voltaram muito bem. E a Alpha 7 mantém os 100% de vitória quando sai à frente aos 15 minutos, tá? Eles realmente conseguiram essas vantagens e levaram essa vantagem rumo à vitória.
E nossa, acho que faz muito tempo que eu não vejo um gráfico tão igualzinho no dano aqui oferecido, tá? O top damage acabou sendo ali o Saio, que a gente conseguiu conferir, mas a diferença realmente, percebe que a equipe da 7 trabalhou em harmonia até mesmo nisso.
Exatamente.
E assim, o ouro, senti que foi um jogo um pouquinho assim, mais normal, sabe? Porque a gente não teve aquela bagunça de early game, não teve virada, não teve algumas coisas assim muito diferentes que a gente viu durante essa série, né? A Alpha 7 conseguiu pegar uma vantagem um pouquinho mais cedo e manteve a vantagem, apesar dessa luta aí que dificílima de entender, né? Que realmente o time do Fla conseguiu encontrar o atirador na backline, impediu o escuro de jogar e mesmo assim não conseguiram levar melhor. A gente vai vendo o MM. E assim, essa luta pra mim já dá muito indício, sabe? Porque é uma luta que teve um engage muito bonito do damage e não tem ninguém acompanhando pra causar o dano.
Eles se separaram demais, acho que faltou... Eu falei que essa composição do Flamengo ela era muito mais fácil de ser executada. Só que o problema é que eles estavam desincronizados, assim, o posicionamento no momento desses engages, ele não estava o melhor possível. E aí o time da Sete estava conseguindo absorver muito bem essa pressão, eles conseguiram lidar muito bem também com a frontline, então o Makes, ele não foi um grande incômodo, obviamente, né, que é um Sion, tava lá perturbando a vida dessa frontline também do time da Sete, mas ainda assim não era... Ele ganhava tempo, mas o time já não tava mais junto com ele.
E aí, né, jogada a jogada, o time do Alpha 7 vai tendo pequenas vantagens, né, vai levando um pouquinho a melhor, principalmente conseguindo proteger a sua backline, né, sempre impedindo todo esse foco, esse controle. Tem um potencial de kill muito grande, né, com a Thalia, impedindo que alguém chegue nessa série. E essa luta, inclusive, o time do Fly tem uma boa resposta, né, por conta das duas ultimates de Nico, mas tá muito solto, muito livre, escuro pra bater.
A Zeri que ficou muito livre, na fight que ela não ficou livre, o time da Alpha 7 resolveu e tá aqui, ó.
Não precisou da Zeri pra fazer a diferença, né? Vamos reassistir pela terceira vez, ainda fico sem acreditar que um Skarner e um Jax destruíram a fight.
É muito difícil de...
o Dizzy, ele voltou morto, né?
Ele poderia ter saído, mas aí ele quis embelezar o highlight. Eu acho digno.
Não, é justo, né? Porque assim, eu acho que ninguém entendeu o que estava acontecendo, ninguém conseguia proteger mais a...
Guys, have I just been muted for this entire time? I think I've been muted this entire time, haven't I? Holy crap.
E aqui a gente já tá vendo os momentos finais mesmo, essas últimas lutas que foram
Okay.
acontecendo. E nesse momento aqui o time da Alpha 7 já tava muito...
You don't know? Okay, yeah. I don't know if I was muted the entire time, but I just realized that my mic was not connected for some reason. Like, I don't know when it switched, or not connected. It switched away from my mic for some odd reason to my headphones. Except my headphones have no input because I disabled it. So I don't know why that happened. I don't know why that happened. I don't know what's going on anymore, guys. I'm gonna take a quick break. We'll be back soon for Game 4. Game 4, which might be the deciding match. We'll see how the draft goes. I think just late game comp wins in the series. Get back.
Exatamente, mais lado vermelho escolhido, dessa vez pelo time do Flamengo, que acabou perdendo esse jogo 3. E, meus amigos, podemos ter aí mais um jogo, ou quem sabe vamos para o quinto. Falamos aqui em 5 jogos, teve quem acreditou, quem não acreditou. Vamos fazer o seguinte, a gente vai para um breve intervalo agora, e na volta sim, a gente pode ter esse, que pode ser o último e derradeiro jogo dessa série, pra gente descobrir o segundo finalista do Circuitão 2025.2. Não sai daí.
Okay, I'm back. Last thing you remember was A7 winning. Okay, I mean they did just win again, so that's fine. RC goes Ripbound Yumi main card. You know, you could literally put any champion there, and that abbreviation of RC would work. Also, Yumi's not out yet. I'm actually kind of curious what a Yumi card would look like. I could see it as a champion. I can't see it as a legend. Okay. Do I think Flamengo would take red side again? I don't know. I think Flamengo red side is a disadvantage to themselves, but hey, everybody seems to love red side right now. Yeah, if Flamengo goes red side, they have to ban the Oriana again, which I think is not great and just kind of messes themselves up. So if they want to do it, they can. They probably will, but yeah. Yeah. We will. A7 feels like it has a very low skill floor and high skill ceiling though. Like they looked really good against Kate Academy, but this series so far, like if I watched this series and this is all I saw of A7, I would not think they're a top 4 team. Their late game team fighting is decently good, but their early game has been kind of suffering, and it's also really wild early games we're seeing. Or I guess I should say, I think they're a team that plays to the level of their opponents. Like when they're playing good opponents, they play more carefully, and then when they, when they play weaker opponents or more chaotic opponents, they seem to just also kind of match to that level. Yumi deck would play to RMC's preferences. Really? What are my preferences when it comes to Riftbound, Lunar? Because I actually do have a preferred deck that I like to run, but it's for a very it's for a very specific reason. Let's put it that way. I don't think it's a particularly good deck. I just like to play it. In fact, I'm still trying to tweak it to try and make it viable, but yeah. Similar to a Victor deck. Okay, so first of all, yes, it is a Victor deck that I like to play because I like to create recruits. Because I use custom like minions, custom like I made minion custom recruit token card. There we go. English very hard. Yeah, so I spam like little minions all over the place. But similar to Victor deck in what way? Like Yumi would create tokens. I'd be down for that, but it doesn't feel very lore accurate. Yumi doesn't do tokens. I thought she'd be more like mobility, like hopping on and off a battlefield, or like attaching themselves to a champion. Something like the stealthy pursuer. Or like when something moves, you can follow it, or something like that. That'd be what I'd imagine Yumi to be more like, and like buff the card that she follows or something. If the card moves, she follows it and buffs it. Okay, so Flamengo did go red side. And they get their hands on Oriana. A7 is going for the Gwen over Oriana. They gave Envy Oriana. I'm kind of scared. I'm very, very scared. Already kind of liking the Flamengo side a bit more. Just out the gates, off the back, off the rip. It's a really strong team fighting composition, and a lot of this game has revolved around that more than anything else. Going for the Vi here is good dive, but what do you pair this with now? Because you can just go any sort of hyper carry scaling pick for Trigo, and it works. Where's for A7?
Trox na rota superior.
I'm still thinking Senna. Not gonna lie. Senna Seraphine would have been hyper toxic with this gaunt. Would have been down for that. For tanks, Leona's out. Brom's still. No, Brom's banned. Nautilus is taken. Rakan has been played. Alistar has been played. Rel? Rel was just played last game, right? Yeah, Rel was just played last game. Okay. So that kind of messes with Senna's strength. There's no good tank to pair with her. Yo, okay, Flamengo. Okay. I actually really like Flamengo's draft this game. This game. I blame A7 for opening up the Orianna. Like, I don't think you needed to pick the Gwen here. I just think that this was a mistake. B1ing the Gwen was a mistake. Oh? No, Flamengo! Bruh. I think the Senna was a much better pick. It works well with the Aatrox. It's toxic with Sejuani, and most importantly, you deny it away from A7. Ezreal doesn't do that. Yeah, then we just go hyper carry Jinx at this comp, and then... Okay, yeah, you don't have a choice but to go like Milio or Lulu or something like that because you don't have another tank. The tank line is a little bit fragile for A7 though. I am a little bit concerned about that. I think RD Gap just to go full tank here, not AP Galio. But yeah, I do like the Jinx pickup. I think Jinx is strong, and I think with the way these games have been going, late game almost always rolls around. So if Flamengo lose, or I expect Flamengo to lose, but when they do, I think they'll be kicking themselves for game one because game one should have been their win, and if they got game one, I think they could have won the series. Okay. Yeah, Brom's good. Yeah, just trying to get any sort of engage to lock down this this Jinx, and Jinx has to rely on herself to dodge this out. So, oh no, I think a really solid Bard pickup here. I like Flamengo's comp a lot. I think they've got everything they wanted. Really strong sort of front to back comp. My only thing that the only knock I have on it is just the Ezreal. 4.5. Really good draft from Flamengo this game. I think they've set themselves up well. A7 on the other hand, I don't really like. I think their draft is not great. Jinx is good, but she doesn't have the front line, and I don't like the Vi. This comp will be good if they get a lead. Then the Vi Galio combo is going to look really, really good with Gwen just cutting right through and then resets for Jinx if they get ahead. But the problem is I'm looking at this comp going, how are they getting ahead? Like, it's got to be Drake Hero just forcing ganks. But then Sejuani is actually one of those champions who can match the early ganks, have as much CC. And frankly, Sedge is not bad at dishing out early damage too. So she can match the Vi quite comfortably. Vi is also kind of bursty and not great at trying to cut through hyper tanks at any stage of the game. So, yeah, I don't know where you're looking for an early lead. Maybe topside with the Gwen, but Gwen just got nerfed for her early game. Her late game got buffed, but her early game got nerfed, so... And then, you're not playing for Jinx. There's no kill threat here. Kill threat mid lane? Maybe? Like, it's just really tough. And then, if A7 fail to get an early lead, they're going for hyper late and just praying that the Jinx hits like 4 or 5 items and can just shred somebody. But there is a Sejuani on this side, and Aatrox is decently tanky that I don't expect to see Skuro get those free early resets in a fight. So I do think this A7 comp is kind of tough to, or not say tough. It's not ideal. It's not perfect for the Jinx. It is a little bit like split and skewed. On the bright side, Kiari on Gwen is very scary. So they have an alternate win con in the Gwen. If she can survive the early game. Because we've seen a couple of Gwens already since the nerfs, and they generally did not end well. It's actually been kind of bad for the Gwens. So, yeah. We shall see. Also, if A7 wins this, it really just means that Flamengo cannot play a mid game whatsoever. Because, yeah. I think Flamengo should have the lead in the early and mid. And from what we've seen so far, I think Flamengo can play the early. But the mid has just been really bad. So.
uma agressividade um pouco mais estendida, acabou completamente com a bot lane. Mas acho que pra essa partida, Legolas, eu quero ver bastante de como vai ser jogado esse trabalho dos caçadores, né? Tanto de Zin quanto Perkiro estão sendo ali grandes focos de destaque das suas duas equipes. E nessa última a gente viu quem brilhou mais alto, né? Vamos ver se vai ser o tempo de resposta do Dizin. E eu fico até um pouco assim confuso de ver ele de Sejourne depois de ter tido pesadelos com o Zed na selva que ele trouxe no passado.
Mas o Zed aqui eu não sei...
Não. A situação não encaixa, mas percebe que a função mais agressiva pra ele, eu sinto que encaixa melhor com o estilo de jogo dele.
Entendi. De fato. De fato, eu acho que o Dizin, ele tá tendo um destaque muito bom no time do...
Yeah, I feel like there's not much else to say about the draft. We've already been over this, just waiting for them to load in.
Esse último jogo ficou um pouco mais difícil pra ele.
On one hand, I'm happy that we've been getting to see the drops as they happen. Because all too often we just see the post-game, or like, was it yesterday? No. Yeah, it was yesterday, game 1. We didn't even get to see that. Like, we literally just saw the drops as we were loading in, which is not great. But the downside is it takes a while. Just Flamengo win 2-2, bro? I hope so. I mean, yeah, it's doable. Like I said, I think their comp is better this game. But my big concern with Flamengo is just that they've not been able to play the mid game properly in almost all their games. The one game they won, the mid game, was honestly A7 throwing the early game pretty hard. So I would be happy if Flamengo could give us a game 5. 100%. Not really good at even LCK and LPL. Yeah, I agree. I think Vi is kind of bait. She's not that amazing. And that's why I think Flamengo have the better draft. I just, like I said, the big problem is just whether or not Flamengo can play an early game, right? Or a mid game, pardon me. Because if they don't close out mid, then I think the Gwen and the Jinx start to come online. I actually don't think Gwen's that good on patch either. I said earlier, I just think there was a mistake to first pick Gwen like this and give Orianna to Envy. Envy's Orianna is scarier than his Sylas, and his Sylas is already scary, so I think that's a mistake, but... Aatrox plays well, then the team can't do anything. Oh!
Mas a galera também pode mandar mensagem aí na hashtag Circuitão, o que eles acham.
Kind of. Yeah, I mean, definitely Aatrox will make it hard for the Gwen, Vi, and Galio to play this. But I think, realistically, Gwen should be playing for flanks anyways. So, Kiari shouldn't be trying to run through makes. And then the big question is just the Jinx. Because Jinx at 6 items will just destroy anything. Even the Aatrox will struggle into the Jinx later on, so... That's why I say, like, it's kind of mid-game. I think Flamengo's mid-game will be very strong. In the mid-game, Aatrox should be dominating this, agreed. And especially if he plays the lane right, he should be winning lane as well. So he should snowball pretty well into the mid-game. But it's more that Flamengo's macro in the mid-game has been kind of not great. Like, throughout this entire series, it's a lot of A7 opting into Flamengo when they aren't really stronger, and then not necessarily being able to outhand Flamengo. But if they play it slow, then Flamengo has not been very good at trying to create favorable fights for themselves as well, right? So that's my big problem, is more that, yeah, I don't know if Flamengo are able to accelerate the game without a big lead. And some of the team fights have been kind of bad for Flamengo, to be honest. Specifically fighting when the team is not fully ready for the fight. So it's like, what should be a 5v5 ends up being a 4v5. We'll see though, You have to get through laning phase first. And I think this game will probably be a slower laning phase. The last game had a slower laning phase. Game 1 and Game 2 was wild for the early game. Yeah, and Envy specifically has been doing really well this series as a whole. I think he and Dizin have impressed me the most from Flamengo today. Yesterday was pretty even. I think the whole team played well yesterday. Trio and Damage are the weird ones today. They feel so hypey. Like, the bot lanes have been trading so heavily, it's crazy. If anything, actually, Trio and Damage should be looking to trade quite hard in this lane. Very early cheater recall. Wait. Rocket? Oh, okay, no. The heal was enough to keep Damage alive.
ao curar menos de 200 de life pra esse bardo.
Mas ficaram os feitiços ali, né? Do escuro ele gastou
I mean, honestly, not a bad trade for damage to get all that down. Like, that's most of the mana and health depleted from the bot lane. They can't really trade with abilities anymore. I'm just curious what Skrull was trying to get with that early recall. Is he just going for a call? Kiari, no flash. Surely he dies. Yep. Oh, the ignite! Oh no. Not like this. Does Drake Hero flash? If he flashes, he gets this. Okay, didn't even need to. Nice. Nice and clean. Ooh. Okay, never mind. I thought this was going to be a quiet early game. It is still hype as ever. These two teams, like I said, I like watching them go toe to toe. I appreciate this. Good gang from Dizen though. Recognizing Kiari, no flash. See, this is my problem with the Gwens currently. Ever since they got nerfed, I feel like a lot of people still play like Gwen has a strong early game and has, you know, the ability to kind of win trades still. So a lot of them are still taking Ignite. I don't know if Ignite's the right call anymore for Gwen. I think you just need to survive your lane phase and then wait for first item and then turn the fight around. I don't think you need the Ignite anymore.
4 minutos e meio já no relógio, daqui 30 sec nasce o primeiro dragão, dragão das nuvens.
I mean, I guess it worked out in this case because it did get the kill back. And first blood isn't worth extra gold, so that, if you can trade even, that's... It's dead even.
Passou na rota do meio, tirou o flash do adversário, deu vantagem de farm pro Envy, inclusive, né? Teve que voltar pra base de um momento meio incômodo ali, o Random Gap. Mas já voltou com o TP e o Envy ainda não. É por isso que ele ainda nem comprou seus primeiros itens. A gente vê que a rota inferior...
Yeah, that's a pretty big... There are gaps forming in mid and bot lane right now. Skrull and Telis are doing quite good. And then Envy's doing quite good. Yeah, I like seeing the magic mantle picked up early. It tells me that Artigap's probably looking for a defensive build. I think he just goes full tank this game. You just need a front line. That's it. Your AP damage is coming from Kiari anyways. Yeah, that's a lot of damage for free.
Vai fazer bastão das eras, eu acho, né? Pela itemização ali, o Envy. Só que deve
First Dragon actually hurts. But yeah, Drake Hero just leashed it for them.
Normalmente vai pra Criptoflora com essa itemização. Vamos ver qual vai ser a preferência do Envy. Isso traz pouquinho mais de dano também.
No chance for a steal. Envy's prio is too strong.
Como o time da AlphaSec saiu fora do dragão, ficou pro time do Fla.
Yeah, Drake Hero. Ooh, okay. Close. Well played, Drake Hero. He has to burn flash, but that's okay. He's just kind of poking around. If he gets the steal, he's a hero. As long as he doesn't die, it's not zero. Oof.
Mas no final das contas, ficou mesmo dragão pro time do Fla, que lidera em mais objetivo, inicia melhor nesse quesito, consegue esse primeiro dragão, e aí a gente vai observar como é que vai ser para as vacilarvas, né?
Inversão agora.
É isso mesmo, eles vão ter que swapar agora e o Makes pode voltar à base daqui a pouquinho. A Wave tá crashando lá no top.
É, então, tá com cara de inverter aqui o time da AlphaSec, realmente é isso que eles estão fazendo, porque foi uma volta à base sincronizada, né, do Kiari com o...
Okay, no TP on the top laners. And then go get shoved bot side first.
Batendo na rota inferior, não vai conseguir pegar toda a onda ali na parte de baixo, e no top vai chegar um pouquinho antes o escuro, né? Percebe que pegou a experiência, né? Não conseguiu pegar o ouro desse primeiro.
Not the cleanest swap coming through from A7.
De fato, as vacilarvas. Resposta bem também pelo time do Fla, que precisa estar aqui para disputar o objetivo.
É, eles têm que estar aqui, vão chegar um pouquinho mais tarde, então essa vantagem da Jinx vai sendo ampliada nesse momento. A gente está vendo aí já quase 300 de ouro à frente o escuro. E eles vão controlando a onda de minions, né? Vão tentando observar a movimentação também do time do Fla. Agora eles sabem que a bot lane também swapou, e com isso eles vão fazendo aí os seus próximos planejamentos.
Percebe que o próximo planejamento ainda é mais ou menos defensivo, né, do Fla. Eles ainda estão meio... Chega pra disputar, mas é mais pensando no farm, a rota do meio ali, um pouquinho... Assim, não tá atrasado, né, mas quer mais item, Oriana. Oriana não quer ficar trocando assim, brigando...
Okay, we already saw that despite having prio or having winning lanes on Skrull to us, A7 couldn't get Dragon. I wonder if we just see the same thing at Grubs, because the mid lane gap is, I think, the bigger problem. Like, Jinx getting the advantage is not significant now, but Ori getting the lane advantage is huge.
Mas
Already gap is 7 though, so... Okay, yep, here we go. And then there's the Galio out. There's the combo. And you just melt. Beautiful. Gorgeous pick. Absolutely gorgeous. Oh, already gap dies though. No? Where's Envy? If Envy was there, that's a kill. Yeah, we're looking for the turn because Kiari's here. Oh, there we go. And Skuro kites out. The CC chain on makes. It's so brutal. It's so brutal. Truthfully, unfortunately, I don't think you're here anymore, but that was why I don't have faith in Flamengo or Makes being able to do that. It's a little bit early for Flamengo to start flubbing, but these are the sort of weird calls they keep making. Like, damage is already dead. Why are we going for that? Even worse is you saw Kiari coming. I guess Makes was kind of up a creek. Oh, no, you can't even see he was up a creek in the battle. He could have just walked off. They could have turned on Kiari instead. But they try and go big, trusting their hands, and it backfires. Yeah, we're lucky all 3 kills, or not all 3, but 3 of the kills went to Drake Hero, and none of it went to Skuro. I mean, it's kind of not great that Kiari gets one for them, because Kiari is the other big threat, but yeah. Drake Hero isn't going to do that much with it. Thunder Sky picked up. He's basically like, this is peak Vi moment. It's all down here from here. Downhill from here, pardon me. For Vi.
Não tem noção alguma de que estamos desenhando essa iniciativa de combate pra cima dele. 3x1. Ele ganha tempo na neva sagrada, sabe que o congelamento será permanente e o atordoamento vai garantir essa eliminação. Meu Deus do céu! Perigoso.
Wait, that got disgustingly close actually to killing Trigo. Like, that shouldn't even have been a 3-man dive like that. That's a lot of resources committed. A7. I hope they can convert on the dragon with that. I mean, they get like Prio on it. That's about it. Oh, do they know? They saw it. They see the pet. Nice. I'll play from Drake Hero. And he got the big wolf as well. Unfortunately, he didn't quite get the last 2. Yeah, they get the vision set up they need. That's fine. That's the goal there. It's just to convert the dragon on that. You're back, Ray. Did Flamengo win game 2? Game 3, they did not win game 3. The scaling from A7 just kicked in. It does feel like whoever's got better scaling wins, for the most part. And I think A7 caught on to the trend. That's why they just picked the Jinx here. Better scaling. Flamengo had a chance to just pick Senna with their comp. And I think it would have been fine. There's not like a lot of tankiness on A7 side, so Senna would have a time to scale and then eventually outscale Jinx. Also, it would have been a great deny away from A7. A7 ultimately didn't go Senna, but yeah. Exactly right. That was my reaction too. They first picked Gwen, and I'm like, okay, I know Kiari's a good Gwen, but I don't think Gwen's it right now. Like, Gwen has some... I feel like the top laners aren't used to her new laning phase, so a lot of them are just dying in lane and just giving over leads. But to give credit to Kiari, he's done well with the Gwen so far. Even his first death, he traded 1 for 1. And then the second death was like a 3-man gang, so whatever. He is indeed an OG Gwen player. The other one I would have said was kind of OG was Wiser, but Wiser botched his Gwen game really badly. A7 better than team playing the Elimination Series versus LRS. Sure. Again, if you tell me that the top of LRS is kind of like Corinthians level, I think A7 beat Corinthians pretty handily. Oh! That's hilarious! Damage is loaded. Really? We're not giving that to Skuro? We just stole that from Skuro? Really? Okay. Okay. Dude, that was so funny though. The vision toggle from the observer. Thank you, observer. Whatever happened yesterday with our observer going on directed cam, it seems to fix it today. Because yeah, I love the toggle when you realize that Flamengo had no clue Drake Hero was showing up. Oh. Yeah, Trigo flashback. Emotional damage. That's a jump scare and a half, man, when you go for that play. You're like, oh, we got this. It's the Jinx. It's the right play for the Jinx. Kill the Jinx, right? But right there, damage. It was at that moment that they knew. They flashed up. That's brutal. That's a really good read from Drake Hero, though. Even sat back waiting for it, too. Yeah, Drake Hero is pretty strong, too, right now. Again, this is the sort of buy spike, and he got ahead of it, so... Only one plate. Wait, what? Or two plates, I guess. Sorry, and then one's gone. Okay. Yeah, we've seen the Rod of Ages build come through from the Orianna again. I don't know how I feel about that, to be honest. I feel like Orianna needs the damage early. She skills well, but Rod of Ages just feels bad for skilling. If you're ahead, I can see you dipping into Rod of Ages for better scaling, but like right now, I feel like Flamengo needs to turn the tide soon. They are just falling further and further behind. This is going to be A7 versus Fire Infinite. Yep. Indeed. Wait, no. Fire Invent's top seed, no? Lunar? Or is Fire Invent losing right now in their upper finals? Because isn't it first seed versus second seed for the promo tournament? I don't remember the format. I'll take a look at the format after this game. One seed faces one seed. Okay. Oh, okay. Ah, okay. Right. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah. Yeah, then it's okay. A7 versus Farm then. The funny part is, I think Flamengo's the better early game team. So I don't know if Farm Ben plays early or late or how they play, but if they're only Corinthians level, I can actually see Flamengo even winning against Farm Ben by just smashing early and getting a big enough lead. Well, if they're an early game team, then maybe not, but yeah. As much as I am a fan of Jinx, I do feel like I'm not convinced by... Like, A7, they're a smart team. Their coach, their support staff is being smart by doing this because they recognize that in this series, scaling wins. But at the same time, I also don't feel convinced like that A7 is the better set of players. They are the better team. They are the smarter team. But I don't know if this is coming across right. But like I do feel like Flamengo might have better hands. Forever is weird. They don't really do anything but collapse. Okay, well then in that case, then I think I'm quite comfortable with A7 then, because if they're not doing anything, A7 will just scale up, and then I think A7's mid to late macro is pretty good, and their team fighting is pretty solid. They understand their win cons. Like I love the fact that RD Gap has indeed gone full tank. He understands that that's what his job is, and now Shockwave is down from Envy onto a tank, didn't kill him, didn't get control. Like watching Dizen fight into Drake Hero there actually makes me more worried for Dizen than for Drake Hero. Because I think by the time they kill Drake Hero, they burnt everything, and then they just get wiped by Skuro coming in. Oh, Telas. Good read from Telas. He just knew. He saw Dizen coming and was like, yep, I'm on board. Time of peace. As soon as you don't get stunned, you live. Mego's just burning all their ultimates for fireworks, man.
conseguiu fechar já esse cutelo negro.
Shockwave onto RD Gap with no kill threat.
Do Alpha 7 tá aí entre os caçadores, né?
Glacial Prison onto Telos when he was already starting to run. True Shot Barrage to shove a wave mid into a Jinx. Those are some choices. Oh, also props to Flamengo that they didn't tilt after the first game with how the first game went. I was predicting makes NB tilt, but props to them. They didn't tilt at all. They've actually played pretty decently throughout the series. Pretty well throughout the series. Props to them. The X Smithy out, 0 props given. Oh, I'm giving them props for not tilting, not for those interesting firework ultimates, which look really pretty and didn't really achieve much. If anything, I was questioning those ultimates. The X Smithy ult. It's not even X Smithy ult, because X Smithy, the team was at least looking for a fight. Like, Flamengo just looking for a single target pick. The Pikachu Pete Saber emoji token. I think those are like pen lights, right?
O jogo dá aquela estabilizada, mas a gente tá a menos de 1 minuto do Atacan. Então, nos aproximando aí dos 20 minutos de partida. E o time da Alpha 7
It is very cute.
tem uma vantagem muito boa para essa próxima grande luta que pode acontecer.
Okay, I think Chiari is very comfortably like past the weak phase of Gwen, and I think he's now in the buffed phase of Gwen. So, yeah, I think Flamengo might have just been outscaled at this point. Second item just came in for Skrull as well. That's what made me think that when I saw the item come through. Oh, is it Pikachu? Lunar, that you're getting that one from? Yeah, it's Pikachu's. Yeah. He's a nice person.
E o Flamengo praticamente às cegas, né? Completamente às escuras, salvo uma outra sentinela no seu próprio território, além da margem do.
She seems like good people's.
Arauto usado aqui pela rota
Lord Brick.
Vai entrar já no Arauto. Tem que dar um zerinho pra bater no torre. E desarmou.
Oh.
Não vai rolar então essa primeira.
Nice. Yo, that's actually really nice, the way they did that. I love it. We've been seeing that more frequently, I think. More frequently recently, where Herald's being used as an engage tool. And here we go again! Yo! Telos just nuked them! The damage factor was kind of crazy. That's hilarious. I love seeing supports get kills, so that's really funny. Oh, Skrull! He's dodging, he's ducking, he's moving! He can't get the reset. Oh! Okay, that's the game. 20 minutes as the inhib turret goes down. Yep. Skrull gets his first kill of the game too. He's online. This Jinx is fully online. They got so much. Like, I like this, especially with, you know, how we've been seeing Trundle and Bard just stop this. And Drake Hero went zero hesitation. The call was always just burst down the Ezreal, and they just dump everything right from the get-go. And this just felt like so much extra. Flamengo should not have been pushing out that way. But I think they got falsely baited in confidence, and then Telos getting that, plus the actual charge in is, oh. Yeah, this is just a slaughter. Oof. Skrull sidestepping perfectly. Yeah. It's just so much that... What's the goal difference now? 6K? 6.5. Damn, even higher. Damage isn't playing. He's on Flamengo. Took me a second. Then I was like, wait, but Flamengo is playing. Yeah, damage is... I mean, I don't think damage is... Like, damage isn't throwing. This isn't one of the bad damage games. Like, damage is actually playing well. I don't know. I just feels like Trigo damage is a little bit disconnected from the team. If anything, I think I blame Trigo more than I blame damage. Like, damage is fine in this series. You got 2 chargers and Shelly and that engage. Yeah. But that's not damage's fault, right? Like, the normal call, or sort of the go-to call is just, okay, we ult the turret to save the turret. Oh, NB. Ah, that's good from damage. He just blocked a lot of the burst damage to come through. I mean, it doesn't matter because there's a Jinx, but that was actually a pretty good Bard ult. To slow things down. Oh. Yeah.
E vai ficar por isso mesmo.
Mas são duas eliminações, Yane.
Kiari's gonna keep split pushing.
Mapa pro time da AlphaSight.
Are we go for dragon here? Are we not going for dragon? Oh, we go for Atakan. Okay. That's probably a better call. Yeah.
Definir esse jogo e essa série.
Cara, e Atakan agora uma vantagem gigantesca em ouro. Vai conseguir
Yeah.
aí
I forgot about Atakan.
tem as
It slipped my
três
mind.
travas, não que essa
I was thinking like when I saw the TP from Kiari that we just go drag and then take both, but yeah, Atakan's better for sure. Also, A7 throughout the series I think has just done a better job of getting all the Spirit Blossoms, the Blood Roses, whatever they call it now on this map.
fazer alguns milagres para levar isso daqui pro jogo 5.
Eu sinto que esse jogo agora ele já
The one advantage I think Flamengo has is hands, but besides that I think, and even this game is not even true, but besides that I think A7's just generally been playing better as a whole.
encaixou demais
Flowers.
já do time da AlphaSight. O Galho vindo nessas ultimates, a Jinx sendo
Are these called flowers now?
protegida, não tem ninguém com ouro, com recurso, né,
Or is that just what we're abbreviating them to now?
brigar a favor do time do Fla. É uma vantagem de ouro muito grande, cara. 36.5.6.
Nah, Flamengo's L advantage is nothing compared to Loud's L advantage. They only have one. Loud is 3.
Vamos trocar agora com brigar.
Stacks are petals.
Esse dragão é
Yeah.
bastante tempo aí pra fechar o jogo.
But the actual plants itself, what's the plant called? Because I think they call it Spirit Blossom, right? On always call it flowers, so it didn't matter. The arrows are closest. True. True.
O time do Fla não consegue pisar nem na própria selva. Vai ter que defender suas torres bravamente, porque tá chegando onda de minions. E isso que a gente ainda não tem nenhum barulho.
It's a bit wasteful though that one plant only gives you one petal.
Jogo, porque ainda assim tem têmpera sendo colocada pra jogo. Makes
Okay.
nesse momento muito
I mean they're on Skuro, but this Jugger Jinx at this point, that's what you got the Lulu for.
Mas não falta muito pra gente ver essa Jinx colocando mais dano no bolso, mais kills. 209 já nesse instante. Míssil pra jogo.
What's stun trick here? Or is Circuito recalling?
7 no ataque
Or
e
is it-
querem levar a torre.
É pra tirar
NA's hopes and dreams? What?
a recuar e eles vão saindo, a torre vai pro chão. 10k de ouro na frente agora, finalmente definida. E
Oh.
com vantagem. E eles
If
vão
Envy
tentar
dies,
muito
things are gonna go very badly. Like if Skuro gets a reset.
Unido, a torre vai cair só agora.
Okay, there's the reset.
Também na fight
The
com a
dash? Was that a flash? No, Skuro just ran that quick. Okay, damn.
de foguetar todo mundo.
Será que eles vão levar esse
I mean, nice stun from damage. Honestly, damage is having a good game this game. It's just not enough.
vindo pra tentar fechar todo mundo e vem caindo o teleporte do Evi.
Oh, true shot barrage hit Skuro.
Diária, damage emplacando lentidão nos adversários e o Chiari aqui batendo de frente. Vai virar pra cima.
Makes is doing a great job.
Incendiário pra jogo, Polymorph. É no meio da névoa sagrada.
Trying to hold them there, I mean, sorry. Specifically, just that part, not everything.
deixar o Chiari pra pagar a conta, porque não pode entregar o neutralizado do escuro, não.
Oh.
Tá recuando o time da AlphaSight.
It's just so tough.
Agora é pra fight, GSTV.
Oh, Skuro almost got tagged by that.
Pra jogo, veio o crescimento virente, o Wave tenta encaixar.
I mean, a 4v5 situation, everybody goes down! That's the reset! Skuro's gonna just kill them all. It's a slaughter, it's a slaughter, there's the flash.
Vai perseguindo agora, trigo escuro, enquanto aqui embaixo.
Yeah, all the resets are coming through. It's a nightmare situation here.
Não tem o que possa
Oh no, that was actually really bad from Skuro too. From damage too, onto Makes.
somente um bardo pra
It's just doing so well, that's a mistake.
Será que
Oh
dá pra acabar
no.
esse jogo, Ania? 26 minutos no relógio, o Drake Hero vai encontrar o damage, vai impedir ele de sair. Ai, foi com tudo!
Foi com sangue.
Oh, it's a slaughter. Okay, congrats to A7. A7 will be first seed entering the promo tournament, the LTA South Promotion Relegation Tournament, and
Pra reencontrar
they'll
o
also
time da
be
VKS na grande
facing off against VKS Academy this Friday, the rematch.
Aos 26 minutos de combate.
That's gonna be good. It's the MVPs. Man, that's a hard one. I think for me today, I would probably MVP Kiari.
3-1 da AlphaSight Sports.
But yeah, I think the entire team did a great job. I think the series adaptation was really good from A7. I think that's my biggest takeaway, or the biggest plus from A7 today was watching them adapt within the series really well, and just kind of patching that. Lunar, I do not understand. You're right. What is this copy pasta coming from? Are we supposed to tuna fish? A 200-pound tuna only gives what 1/10 the weight in edible meat. The rest is all inedible muscle. Really? Is that? That's a crazy fact, yo.
Mas mesmo assim não foi o suficiente. Depois que eles encaixaram, esquece.
Aquela luta no mid, né? Começou na T1.
Is there nothing they can use the meat for? Like, I mean, if we can create like meatballs, surely we can do something with the muscle and like tenderize it or something.
Mostrou que veio, fez por onde, né? Um time que jogou a chave superior até a final da chave superior, só foi derrubado num 3-2 pelo time da VKS. Agora nesse único jogo aí da chave inferior, né, da final da chave inferior, ganha um 3-1 convincente, vai reencontrar aí o time que tá esperando na sexta-feira.
Eles fizeram a final da chave superior e foi jogão, tá? Foi uma sériezaça, porque foi 3-2 pro time da VKS. E aí,
G flipping G. Too much bone. Well, even bone can be used for calcium and crap, no? I mean, if you tell me it's mostly an edible muscle, and if it's bone, it can be used like bone meal and stuff. I don't know. what do I know about tuna, man? Or meat processing? Not my area. Yeah, Jinx OP, man. I'm just so sad that the Keystone Academy roster can't promote. There's some good players there. Watching A7 though, I don't think they're tier 1 ready. Like I can't see this roster working against anybody not named Fluxu W7M. Like even against Leviathan and oh, excuse me, and against Isurus, I don't think this team's gonna win. Especially not when Ace. Okay. Also, I hate the fact that Isurus is bringing in mercenaries. Like Zamudo and Kenny should not be playing for them in a promo relegation tournament. I just want to put it out there. I think that's not right. That shouldn't be allowed. But even if it was against like Zoan and Liza, okay, maybe against Zoan and Liza, maybe they could do it. Yeah, actually, maybe they could do it against Zoan and Liza. But I don't think this roster is ready for tier 1, generally speaking. The only team they might beat is Fuxi W7M, and I'm going to put might, because I'm not even confident they beat Fuxi W7M, to be honest. Like, Marvin back in the day is better than Skuro, and showed it. Yeah. I think Fu gaps already gap, unfortunately, so. Tunes the waste fish. The other issue is the tuna die the moment they stop swimming. What, are they sharks? No swim bladder? Okay. The most the only mercenary. Kenny signed with them through 2026. Oh, okay. Okay. Hey, no. Then shout out Kenny. That's actually a cool thing. I think Kenny's not bad for LTA North, which means I actually think he's pretty decent for LTA South. In the South, our mid laners are not the best right now. The LOA signed mid laners are the better mid laners. And surprise, surprise, it's another LOA team that signs a good mid laner in Kenny. So props to the LOA teams for getting that, for getting good mid laners in general. Okay. A7 better than this split Isurus? Kinda, maybe. I mean, they beat Fuxi W7M, so it's kind of hard to say, but yeah. So, and like, I think Fuxi W7M might beat A7, and I think Isurus did beat A7. Did beat pardon me Fuxi W7M. So I actually don't know if whether or not like A7 is better than this split Isurus, but I guess we will never find out because this split Isurus is not the Isurus that's playing in the promo tournament. It's gonna be Zamudo, who I'm sorry, I think he's just better than Chiari in the 1v1. In the team, maybe not so much. Oh, they get the Drake hero. Okay. Sure, that's fine. I think anybody but Telos, and I'd be okay for MVP. Well, Telos and RD Gap. I think RD Gap didn't do anything wrong. I just don't think he stood out enough in this series to deserve an MVP. So that's fine. Fire and Venice wildcard? Yeah? Sounds like it. Well, I'm always down to see wildcards kind of pop up. I don't know. I think with Kenny coming in and with Zamuno topside, Isurus will probably be okay. They could be. They're not being pushed. And who knows? A7, I think, plays up to the level of their opponents. They played Roy Walgen's Cade Academy. Maybe they play better when they play up against Isurus. Could be. The region just spins. I don't watch enough LRS to comment on that. Okay, but that's it for today. So far, it's looking like I should be available for Friday. If not, I'll post. But right now, we should be a go for Friday. So I'll see you all back, same time, same place on Friday to watch the grand finals. Kate Stars against A7, the rematch. Let's see if A7 has gotten any better. It's been a very short timeline, but A7's been improving rapidly. So, okay. I'll see you all Friday. Have a good one, guys. Peace. Bye. Ah, it's official. Fire and Ben's already locked up. Okay, nice. Congrats to Fire and Ben as well then. We have our first and second seeds for both regions. Very, very nice. And thanks for the updates, Lunar. Really appreciate them.